Welcome to the second season, the beginning of the season 2 of the Pauper Community Challenge. I'm your host, Arctic Ghost. In the background is Zane doing all of the production things. And starting off with me is going to be our good old friend, Jen Stakov. How you doing, bro?
Pretty good. How have you been?
I've been okay. I've been fine. A little bit of a rough day, but I've been good otherwise. So, this is going to be a bigger season. It might be a little bland for the first few weeks because we have some people in here who have never done this type of stuff before. We have a little bit more production stuff to do. Of course, the list of people who are actually in the event is quite large. We actually have a very big star-studded. The returning people are, of course, Mikey Ruru, our champion, Littlefield, our... was Littlefield our runner-up? Or was he third place? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Oh,
That's
God.
sad.
No, Littlefield was third. I believe Math Guy was fourth, and he's back. Who got second last season? Zane got second last season. That's right. Zane got second. Zane, however, is not competing, and neither am I. We're just going to be the host guys, but Jen's going to be competing. Shane is going to be competing. Unfortunately, Shane might not be here tonight due to some complications. So, in that regard, yeah. But the new contenders, Ulu Guru is also back. Everybody remembers Ulu Guru. The new contenders are going to be Kung Fu Trees, but he's not going to be here this week. Unfortunately, we need to find his alternate if we can find them. Pauper_MTG, 420 Dragon, and Emma Lovebo are also some of the new people. I think, did I get everybody? I guarantee I'm missing people, and everyone's going to get angry at me for it. I don't know. But, all right. So, Jen, what did you like about Season 1? What did you hate? Let me know. You can be as honest with me as you want.
What I hated and liked? Let's see. I like that I like this because it's another BSL style tournament. Pauper really needs to be showcased, needs to be promoted. I guess the main thing was just production. For last season was bad. Was the main thing.
Yeah, we had some rocky stuff. I'm not
there's always kinks in the first, especially the first season.
All in all, I think we did a pretty well first season. We were sponsored by our friends over at NFG, but unfortunately, we are not sponsored by them this season. We are doing everything on our own. We have mostly Zane to thank for. 1 second.
Yeah, there's been a lot of work already behind the scenes this season.
Yeah, we had a lot to do. We've been very busy. The cool thing is that we have more players, and also we have a new stipulation that everybody's going to love. This season, if you finish within the bottom 2, there's 10 players competing this season. If you finish within the bottom 2, which everybody I'm sure assumes is just going to be Shane and Jen, since they already assumed it themselves, they get kicked down to the qualifier round. The qualifier round is going to have 8 people in it. It's going to be a double elimination tournament that I will work out that will happen later on this year, probably around the fall, kind of like Halloween time. And how you will be able to compete for that qualifying tournament, I will let you know. There will be the 2 competitors, 2 more that are invited, and then, well, I plan on running a tournament to find 4 more people to enter. So that means any of you watching right now, if you're not a part of this, even if you're not a Pauper content creator or a Pauper streamer, it doesn't matter. You will be able to have a chance to compete in it. All you have to do is actually get good at the game. You just have to not be me, or Shane, or Jen.
Yeah,
or
don't be me.
Or Zane when he's not streaming, since he doesn't seem to win when he's not streaming. But I'll just poke fun at him. But either way, so, Jen, are you excited for this season?
Yeah, and what's going to be really nice is we also have hand cams this season.
Right.
So we'll have perfect information. We're not just speculating on the other side.
That's right. We actually have double hand cams because Zane is awesome and he figured it out. as far as people who are associated with this event, there are actually quite a few friends of Zane and associates of mine that are a part of this event. But we will get all that information for you probably by next week. So I'll give you a quick rundown of how this event works. It's going to be, I believe, 9 weeks of round robin play. Everybody's going to play everybody. That's what that means. The 4 highest people will get seeded into the top 4, just like last season. The highest person will get first place and automatically is in the finals. Second place has already made it into the semifinal round, while third and fourth will compete against each other in a quarterfinal round. This time around, though, since we have 9 people, we're going to have it so that it's going to be each player. Oh, sorry, 10 people. Each person is going to have 3 decks throughout the round robin season. So for the first 3 competitors, for their first 3 opponents, they will face each other with 1 deck. Then the next cycle they will face with another, and the next cycle they will face with another. When the top 4 comes, the third versus fourth, and then the winner of that versus second place will be best 2 out of 3 matches again. They will, of course, need to use 3 different decks. However, the finals will be different. It will be best 3 out of 5 matches. In the event that we have a match 4 and a match 5, they will be able to pick among one of the 3 decks that they use. You cannot repeat the same deck in the round robin tournament. They must be 3 different archetypes, as looked at by Zane and myself. But you can use the same 3 decks or any of the decks that you want if you make it to the top 4 round. So that should be fun. Jen, how do you like your chances to get to the top 4?
My chances?
Yeah.
I'll give myself 25%.
Wow, you're just not catering to yourself at all, are you?
No.
You just have no confidence.
It's not that I don't have confidence. I just know how I play, and I'll mess up stuff once in a while. Like, I'm a decent player, but when on the spot, sometimes I miss lines that I should be seeing, or just misclick.
All right, fair enough. I believe
I make more mistakes online than paper, though.
420 Dragons, so I'm just going to go ahead and mod him real quick.
And that makes me one of the least experienced Pauper players in this, though.
That's fair. That's fair. But now you have streamed in the past, right? We do have a link to your stream below, as we will have links to everybody's stream and stuff as time goes on.
I just haven't been able to lately, just because my computer decided to my streaming computer took a crap. But I'm working on getting that fixed.
Yeah, that can happen. I don't know. 420 Dragon. I don't know if I modded you or not. So if you're mod, that's cool. If you're not, I can't help you. But yeah.
I don't think I'm going to go completely defeated, and I don't think I'm just going to win 1 match. So I think I'm going to do better than the Shane season 1.
All right. Fair enough.
I'm just not too confident with my first deck.
Yes, I will do that. Okay, so, Jen, can you let everybody know the schedule for tonight while I help Zane with this?
Just one second, let me just pull it up.
Sure.
Oh, that's not the link. Dang it. I even had it.
Oh, God. Chat box. Copy, and Zane, I'm sending it to you now. Okay.
I can't find it.
It's in the Skype chat, actually. I think I put.
Oh yeah, I forgot you put it in there.
Oh no, that was just commentary. I have it up. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. So sorry about that. So the schedule for tonight will be as follows. The first matchup will be Math Guy versus ML Lovebow. That should be a fun one. Commentating for that will be myself and Jen. Now, why do I say commentating? Well, I have a surprise for everybody. We have more commentators this season. Yes, Shane will be returning if he shows up tonight, if he is able to do with his problem. For the second match, we will see Littlefield versus Pauper _MTG. And the commentators for that, if everything goes well, will be our champion from last season, Mikey Ruru. He'll be commentating with ML Lovebow, if ML Lovebow would still like to. Our third matchup tonight will be Ulugru versus one of the newcomers, 420 Dragon. Pauper MTG, since they are 2 fine people, will be doing it themselves. So that should be fun. Our fourth match will be Mikey Ruru versus Kung Fu Trees, if Kung Fu Trees' alternate shows up. hopefully we can get that sorted out. That will be myself and 420 Dragon, and then the fifth match. Well, there's only 2 names left. I wonder who are the 2 that are left that are playing in their first week.
I don't know. Who am I?
It's Shane and Jenstikov. That's going to be the fun one. That will be myself, Mikey Ruru, and 420 Dragon, or it will just be Mikey Ruru and 420 Dragon, or myself, some combination of that. But yeah, I think we've spoken too much. I think it's time to get the players ready. We're just waiting for Zane to give the go ahead and let us know when they're ready. So Jen, let me ask you a question. You have no idea what Shane's on. What do you think he's on? What are you looking forward to?
What do I think he's on? I'm not looking forward. I'd be looking forward if he plays Stompy, which is one of the decks I think I have him on, possibly. Other than that, my other guess is Mono Green Tron or Elves. He could be doing Turbo Fog, but I doubt that. He was streaming teachings at one point, but that was because he made a promise, and when he got a sub button, he hates teaching, so I doubt that. Other than that, he could be anything with Shane.
Hashtag Shane things.
Yeah, Shane things. But I really think it's going to be Mono Green Tron, Stompy, or Elves, which I would love to see Stompy.
You would love to see Stompy. I mean,
yes.
We don't.
I'm not going to say why, but
yeah, none of us actually know what any. The only people who know what anyone's playing is Zane and myself. I can definitely tell you that you're in for a really big surprise when it comes to Shane. I can tell you that. He's playing a deck that I will say I don't think I've ever seen him play before. So that should be fun. What is the best way to contact us later? Well, you can whisper to me right now, Mr. BA Unicorn. Why does your name sound familiar?
Unicorn.
Why does his name sound familiar to me?
He's been streaming Pauper lately.
Yes, that's right. I have seen his name before.
Cool guy.
Yeah. So you can contact me there. I suppose you can also contact Zane email if Zane wants to give that out. Zane, do you have an email that people could contact you at that you want me to give out? Yes, you can contact him at zmagic94streaming@gmail.com. You can also, whatever you sent to him, it will be sent to me. So, there you go, Mike. You just got it. Thank you, Mike. Looks like we're going to jump into the match. Zane, are you going to share your screen? Alrighty. There it is. And looks like we're going to get underway here. All right, Jen, here we go. Here is your commentating debut.
Wonder what they're playing.
Well, Lobo's on a spicy one. I don't know. When Lobo said that he needed 8 hours to play his deck, the way that we're doing this is we're going to give each player an hour to play so that we can give you as much fun content as possible. So that should be
Ooh.
I think he's on Turbo Fog.
That doesn't look like Turbo Fog. That looks like...
I see pieces of the puzzle and Bant. What else could that signal?
You don't use Kadama's Reach, though.
I guess not. And it looks like Math Guy is on his Tron deck.
Yes.
He's been playing Tron for a long time. He played it last season into the top 4. I believe he had some bad luck, got a little bit steamrolled by Littlefield, but...
is this the new Dunrova list, or just a regular Marasa?
Oh, wait, it looks like we're switched around a bit. Sorry about that. He is on Turbo Fog. Look, there's a fog.
Yeah, never mind.
It is the Dunrova list. We don't have graphics for you guys yet. That is mostly because of we don't want to publicly show their lists. We don't believe that they'll stream snipe each other, but still. But also because we couldn't really get them working. Zane, of course, has a lot of things doing with himself, and I was not able to try it myself, but should be fine.
Yeah, all the lists will be up after the stream.
Yeah.
At some point.
Zane, try to ask them if they can, like when they play pieces of the puzzle or something, if they can show what the cards are on screen next time in the little window. You guys can't hear Zane, but I can, so don't worry about it. So, I don't even understand what this Turbo Fog list is. I mean, what has Kadama's Reach in it? Do you have any idea?
No. It may just be just a spicy list of turbo fog. Like I know you normally don't see white either. Normally it's just a green blue.
What is the white? I mean, do you play like Holy Day or something?
Maybe Ethereal Haze is uncommon, isn't it?
No, Ethereal Haze is common.
Okay, that might be it too.
The arcane one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
What would you?
I'm pretty sure. No, it's not for the splicing. It'd be because it stops all creature damage, not just combat damage.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, that's why they. That's why some people with Ad Nauseam Modern play it.
I need to learn how to read apparently because I never knew that. Okay, well, it looks like Math Guy is choked on mana a tiny bit. Now, I have to imagine that this is going to be Math Guy's. Math Guy has a better matchup because he has the Dinrova win. And I mean, you know, under normal circumstances, from personal experience, winning with Dinrova bouncing all the permanents is like, you know, 1,000 years in the making compared to Peregrine Drake. So. He should be fine. Ooh, he's playing Crusher. Is Crusher played in the Dinrova list? Normally?
I am not exactly sure if it does.
I'm not sure either.
It may not usually get played, but it's always a good card in Tron either way. I mean, 8 for an 8/8 Annihilator 2. It's just amazing anyways.
I mean, in this match, it's going to be... The Annihilator is great because it doesn't actually have to deal combat to annihilate.
Yeah, so. And like Lil Bean said, it doesn't care about fogging. It destroys their lands. And if they run Jace's Erasure, it'll take that. Or if it runs the Centaur. I'm not sure which... Like I said, I'm not sure what list this is, so... And it may just be some... It may just be some weird other type of fog.
Oh, you know what the white might be for? The white could just be for sideboard cards, or maybe if he has like some kind of snap combo. Zane, can you click on the revealed cards? Are you allowed to do that yourself? I don't think. There you go. So just whenever. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. So whenever they play things like Pieces of the Puzzle or Forbidden Alchemy, we'll try to show you the cards that they're picking from, but it's not going to be as easy as you may think. That's going to be something we have to work out. So
Protection does sound like it may be something.
Oh yeah, like maybe Cop Red and Cop Green. I suppose that. But why would you play? Because he hasn't searched for any planes. He just has the Chanceries.
It may be just a light splash.
You want them to come in and play tap, though?
If you're not caring about it. Like, if it's a really light splash.
I guess.
I wouldn't care about it. Like, it's because normally it's going to be one of those things where I have a couple, 2-3 cards, and the white isn't going to care so early.
I usually trust anything that Lovebow does in this format. So, if he's doing it, it must be the right pick.
Only I knew what that last card was in the hand. I think that's a Crop Rotation is my guess in Math Guy's hand.
Yeah, it's looks like a Prohibit, a Crop Rotation.
I'm talking about the very last card. It got cut off.
Oh no, it's Moment's Peace.
Moment's Peace.
Yeah, it's Moment's Peace. All right, Zane's got us. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Moment's Peace not doing anything in this matchup. Crop Rotation.
Unfortunate. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was just gonna say can get him Tron, but I don't know if he wants to sacrifice the Bojuka Bog because there might be a more useful way to use Bojuka Bog. Like maybe if he expects them to be graveyard shenanigans from Lovebow.
The only shenanigans I would see, because has he seen any fog effects? I didn't see. Because if he did, then it like Moment's Peace.
Besides the Moment's Peace, I don't know. I think he knows that he has Pulse of Marasa in his hand, though. Oh, he did play Crop. It looks like he sacrificed one of the Thornwood Falls to get the Tron going. And I think we saw an Arcane Denial on the Moment's Peace. I think Math Guy thought about prohibiting, but he decided not to. So we saw Emma Lovebow counter his own spell so he could draw 3 cards. Draws 2 accumulated knowledge. That works, right?
Yeah, and he's got fogs for days.
Pretty much.
Now just make sure he doesn't like if he's using Jace's Erasure, he's got to be careful of how many draw spells he uses before he gets it though. If he's using the Centaur, then it's not so bad.
Doesn't Jace Eraser... Did he use Jace Eraser on Death Guy? He used it himself.
The Jace's Erasure is the mill card. Whenever you draw a card.
Oh right, no, I'm thinking of the Jace's the Mill 7 card that he played earlier. That was my bad. I was thinking of something different. I wonder if he's playing any. We haven't seen one yet. Can you imagine that? A Turbo Fog deck without Jace's Erasure?
It runs the Centaur that you get big that would threshold.
Yeah, the one that the was the snow control runs, right? I think so, at least. Alright, so Lobo's just drawing a bunch of cards. Looks like he's drawing all of his draw spells now. He's got a bunch of deep analyses and stuff like that in there.
And then we got Math Guy. He's hoping to be able to get a either like a Ghostly Flicker to start flickering that Dunrova.
Didn't he have one in his hand early, like really early in the game?
He did in the very beginning.
That's okay.
I didn't see him use it, unless he did and we just didn't see it, which is possible. Alright, so Lobo decided to discard a deep analysis. It looks like he's keeping lands in his hand, as well as the fogs. He's going to fog for... Okay, that's fair. Now, the good thing is he doesn't know that Math Guy has a Prohibit in his hand. Wow. Jen, what do you say to that? Tell the audience. We just...
No, it looks like he's running the Scrounger and no Jace's Erasure, which that is... A lot of people prefer that way. Jace's Erasure does mill, but the other way is just really solid. Being able to just tuck cards from underneath that way you don't have to worry about decking.
It's kind of ballsy, too. I like that.
And it gets pretty big. I mean, when you're just... All you have to do is tuck 3 cards from your graveyard.
Yeah. There is one problem, though. Ullmog's Crusher, it's on the board now. So
yeah,
every turn he's going to have to sack 2 permanents.
Yeah, and those lands are just going to be going and going, and he's not going to be able to fog as much, be able to play as much stuff.
Yep. That is true. Alright, so it looks like he's got Counterspell, Tangle, Forest, Preordain, and Kadama's Reach to choose. So it looks like he chose Preordain and Tangle. Oh, Tangle's a good one. It saves you a turn from having to annihilate, I suppose.
Are you done?
There's a useless expedition map from Math Guy. Oh, he chose not to use the Tangle. He chose to use Fog there. Oh, I guess because he probably believes that Math Guy has Counterspell, so he wants to keep up the Arcane Denial so that the Tangle goes
Yeah,
through.
and it's not like Fog is getting any better.
Yeah. Draw a couple cards.
Where Tango's going to be good when he plans on blowing out.
Yeah.
That way his creatures are tapped and he can just attack with the Scrounger.
At this point, we're basically just waiting for a mnemonic wall to come for Math Guy so that he can get back. I believe there's a Ghostly Flicker in his graveyard. I truly believe there's a Ghostly Flicker in his graveyard, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, if there isn't, then he mulliganed in the beginning, and I don't remember seeing any mulligans.
Yeah, I remember both players starting on 7, so...
Oh, I see it now.
Do you? Oh, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I had the... Yeah.
Yes, people in the chat are confirming that there is a Flicker, and I keep trying to mod Dragon, and it won't work. I hope that worked now. Yes, now it worked. Okay, so it looks like the hand cams are on the fritz. So it looks like we're going to be trying to fix that as we see Zane's glorious desktop with gigantic card on it.
This is our first time doing hand cams, so there may be some difficulties here and there.
Yeah, we were testing it and it wasn't working, and then Zane got it working, and now it's just choosing not to work again. Yes, I said on the fritz.
Now we're back.
420 Dragon making fun of me already.
Yeah,
There you go.
it's showing your age.
Shut up. Aren't you older than me?
I think so. So I'm not saying it's a Fritz.
I'm trying not to like say bad words. So, all right. So there's Tangle. Probably not gonna see a prohibit here. I don't think. Like, do you really need to? Yeah, you don't need to. I didn't think so.
No.
You probably want to save prohibit for like when you're about to win the game. I think. Although Lobow's hand is really good right now with a deep analysis, a preordain, and double arcane denial. Could arcane denial the mole drifter and deny him the creature, but he still gets to draw 2 cards. That's pretty funny, actually. Is there anything of note in Math Guy's graveyard that the Pulse can get back? I don't think so, right?
Not that I see.
I know Math Guy has a Forbidden Alchemy in his graveyard, but I don't know if he's going to want to use it. There's another Moments Piece. I think there's already a Moments Piece in the graveyard, too. What do you think is... Like, what's... Okay, so what's Math Guy's plan here from your perspective? At the very least.
Sorry, 1 second.
Oh, my bad. That's 3 Moments Piece. Dang. Alright. Well... I think from Math Guy's perspective, he's just trying to combo. Although with 2 Arcane Denial, it's going to be pretty hard to actually force through a Mnemonic Wall. It's also seen that Lobo plays counterspells. I don't know if... That's probably not his only counterspell. I'd have to look at the deck list myself. But,
Yeah, I think Math Guy is just trying to attack with the Crusher, trying to destroy some permanents, and then just get through all the fogs.
Yeah. Sorry for if you hear the children in the background, as Jen's Cub is a family man. Hard-working one at that, I'm sure, so... Mike would stop drawing cards. If, Mike would stop drawing cards if he was Math Guy, that's what he would do. I still remember, I think Mikey Ruru's match against Math Guy, where Mikey Ruru beat him by locking Math Guy out under his own draw spells. That was probably one of the better matches. I believe we have the VOD for that, so if you guys can ever find that, please do. Now, this is going to be pretty good because not only is the Arcane Denial going to lose to the Prohibit, but... Oh, he doesn't have any more mana. The cool thing here would be that I believe if ML Lovebo was to Arcane Denial the Mnemonic Wall again, not only would Math Guy get to draw 2 cards if he chooses, but he would also just get to use the Pulse and Rasa to get back the Mnemonic Wall. So now he gets to Ghostly Flicker, the Dinrova, and then Mnemonic Wall a few times to put back some lands, probably the Karuz. But now the problem is, well, Lovebo has another Arcane Denial. So once you counter the Ghostly Flicker, Math Guy's going to need a second one or a second Mnemonic Wall. He needs to Flicker the Bog.
Yeah, that'd be actually really good.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Flickering the Bog's probably a really good idea.
I mean, there's only 1 month Pete's in hand. I can't see how many are left in the graveyard.
There's 3 in the grave. He has not used one, I don't think. I see 1, 2... There, yeah, there's 3 of them in the grave.
Yeah, and with him being tapped out, it's a perfect time to
Drink your soda before you
just
dump
bog
it.
it,
that.
yeah. For sure. Oh, he just scoops.
Yep, he's seen enough.
Yeah, he has seen enough. Okay. Zan, can we bring up both of their screens? Okay. So we're gonna try to bring up both the screens for them. I hope we remember to remind them to not submit until there's like 30 seconds left. We might not have because we're smart, but we'll take care of that in a moment. Bog should be the last flicker after making discard. Mike's right. I can agree with that too. Of course, that's because, you know, you might as well just get the extra value from the Dinrova Horde making them discard. I love that. I think that's my favorite deck in Pauper. If I ever have to play a tournament, it's that.
The
Uh,
Denovatron.
yeah, the Dinrovatron. It just like I still miss Peregrine Drake. I know. I shouldn't say that, but I do. I miss Peregrine Drake.
You're a horrible person.
I know. Listen, I know plenty of you do. I know 420 Dragon misses it. I'm sure Mike misses it. I miss it. Did they?
Oh, we're not gonna be able to sell sideboard. They went ahead.
Well, I'll look at the deck list that they sent, and I'll just read off the sideboard while we watch them play. It's fine. We forgot to do one thing. Thank you for following. If you followed, is the follower thing broken? Because we haven't seen anything pop up. Okay, so the first week's going to be a little rocky. Next week, everything should be fine. Everybody will be back. The unfortunate thing is, tonight is July 3rd, so we're on the eve of July 4th. And most of the, I think all of the competitors except for Mr. Lovebow are from America. So, everybody's doing their own thing for Independence Day, America. I know Jen's probably doing stuff for America Day.
Nothing but watching fireworks tomorrow.
Never mind, he's not doing crap. Okay, so Lovebow is playing 70 main deck cards. His sideboard is 3 Cop Blue.
Oh, that's Raymond Growth. That's confusing me what that was up there. I've never seen that art.
And he's playing 3 Cop Blue on the sideboard. He's got 3 Hydroblast, 1 Negate, 1 Dispel with 2 Dispels main, 4 Tome Scour, and 3 Mind Sculpt. That's what he has in his sideboard.
Not much going on.
Yeah, not much going on with that.
Not for this matchup.
He could bring in... Well, the Negate probably comes in, and probably the extra, like the Tome Scours and the Mind Sculpts, I'd have to think, right?
Yeah, normally you hit yourself with those, though. That the way you get the faster. Yeah, because that way you get with your deck faster for the Scrounger.
Okay.
You could hit your opponent.
As far as Math Guy's sideboard, he has 1 Radiant Fountain, 2 Dispel, 1 Electricity, 2 Gorilla Shaman, 3 Hydroblast, and then a bunch of more one-ofs, 1 Ancient Grudge, 1 Cop Red, 1 Ray of Revelation, which is he might think should come in this match unless he knows the matchup, 1 Probe, which I can definitely see coming in.
Yes.
1 Fangren Marauder, and 1 Wretched Griff. So both of these players don't really have much besides the 2 Dispels and the Wretched Griff. I don't see anything for Math Guy to bring in. I can tell you that
this isn't a matchup I'd plan for either.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever.
This would never been on my radar.
Yeah, I can tell you that Math Guy has 2 Condescend, 1 Prohibit, 1 Remove Soul, 1 Exclude as his counter magic, and then he does have 2 Ghostly Flickers along with 2 Mnemonic Walls. So. He's not fully out. He has 2 Denrovahar and 1 Fierce Empath. He switched that around. And he's got 1 Crusher. Lovebow is playing the typical, I guess, version of this deck that you would think. So.
Right, so we got a Pieces played.
And I hear children's music in the background.
Yeah, they're sorry. Like I said, my setup is in the living room and they're watching TV.
No,
sorry.
you don't need to feel bad. It's just funny to hear it. Like we're gonna hear like the Teletubbies in a few seconds. They'll just be part of the Wiggles.
No. Me and the missus, no. We got plenty of counter magic. We got the counter spell. That's gonna be good, and that's good for anything. Arcane Denial. The negate's gonna be a little bit of pain, but that's gonna be more for like the flicker, anyways. So he's gonna hold it for.
Apparently Lobow's played this deck before. I do remember Lobo playing this deck once before.
This should always be something on somebody's radar, though, just as a maybe, though, because it's so off the radar that no one would want to play it, kind of thing.
I mean, you could say that for, like, anything, though, couldn't you?
No, like, you're going to expect some Stompy. You're going to see some...
Oh, well, yeah, sure, yeah.
But this is one of those where... always be in the back of your mind, I guess, because this is the second season we've seen a Turbo Fog deck.
I have to know... Is Littlefield playing against Lobo this? Yes, he is. He plays against him next week. I can't wait to see if Littlefield's on a an aggro deck. That's not red. I can't wait to see it. Yeah, that's gonna be funny. Math guy, where is that Denrova? Oh, he searched for it. Okay, 2 Tron pieces. So Math guy is in decent shape. Littlefield took out his flanks. Oh god, not a good sign, man.
But it looks like you were right about the white being sideboard stuff only.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he's not playing one planes to get with Tamrook Expanse or something, because like forcing yourself. He's cop. Oh yeah. Well, no, yeah, he has cop blue on the side, but yeah. Ooh, that don't sound good.
She's fine.
Alright, so Forbidden Alchemy being cast. Unfortunately, we cannot see what he has. We will get that fixed for you for the next time. It's a matter of them just dragging it down to where the hand cams are. And we forgot to do that because Zane and I have partial dementia. We might as well just let you guys know that now.
Well, we got the 2 walls.
Can you go get my...
Is drawing both walls good this early?
I'll go with James.
There's no graveyard hate, but there are counterspells.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing is the counter magic, because I'd always be leery of the counter magic, because normally sideboard when you have to switch to the more I guess he's switching to more control-y because there's a lot of stuff he's just not interactive. There's so much counter magic normally that you can bring in from side, depending on I don't know his list, but most lists have a lot of counter magic inside. Because then you don't have to deal with that because you're not dealing as much with aggro.
True, and I have to believe he kept in the Pulse of Morasses.
Yeah.
So, because I mean, the combo's so well with Forbidden. This is the only deck I like Forbidden Alchemy in because of that card. Pulse of Morasses is just such a strong card that not a lot of people utilize enough. I don't think. It's not for every archetype, but it's certainly one of the more broken cards in this format.
And yeah, that's getting countered with no question.
Yeah, that's not even an issue. Mystical
Hey, be a
Teachings.
unicorn.
I don't think Math Guy plays Capsize in his deck.
No, but it'd be really good in this matchup.
That's what I'm gonna go check. Where is Math Guy?
Bouncing all those lands. Clogging up his hand. He has to discard them.
He does not have one. Bet you wishes he has one now, though. I don't think I've ever played not without a Capsize.
I still think he's Math Guy's favorite in this, though.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, the thing that Math Guy has to do is he just has to run Lovebow out of counter magic until he can get his combo going.
Yeah, he just has to fight through all those counter spells.
Mr. Unicorn would like to say hello to you, Mr. Jen.
I said hi.
Did Rova is a pseudo capsize? Yeah, that's true, Ulu. But the problem is you can't fetch it with mystical teachings, which is what I was thinking of.
What's also fun is that there's always the option when he plays the Scrounger, if it's going to kill him, they just ghostly flicker it. He wasted all those tucks.
Yeah.
Or he can't attack. That's always an option too if he has to. And that's another reason I really like Math Guy in this one.
Do you have soda?
Even with all the counter spells and everything else.
I just like Math Guy in this matchup because his spells are all go bigger.
That too.
Condescend's gonna get that counter spell targeting the Mnemonic Wall, isn't it? And that means that Mnemonic Wall is going to resolve, and it can return the Condescend if it really wants to.
Yeah.
At least I think that's what I would do.
I need soda right now.
I'll play only tomorrow.
Not till we get our other money so we can go shopping.
Yeah, and it's gonna be nice because he doesn't know it, but Lobo just doesn't have anything to deal with it. That Condescend.
Oh no, he targeted either way, but he targeted the Dispel.
Okay, either way. But he has no way to deal with it, so.
And there's Pulse of Marasa just to get the Mnemonic Wall back in case. Oh no, did he get that back with the Mnemonic Wall? Is that what happened? Yeah, it must have been what happened. Because there's no Condescend.
No. No.
You know, I gotta say, Ash Barrens is probably like one of the best lands to get into Pauper.
I'm not having.
It's like literally the perfect fetch land.
I miss when they were $1. I should have bought my 4th one. But yeah, it's a good land.
Do not put it in your mouth until you have a drink. It will taste nasty.
See here. Yeah, and like this, unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately, this match is just one of those kind of boring ones. One side's not really doing much. The other side's got to set up and fight through the counter spells.
Yeah.
But it's also fun to watching the combo deck just trying to fight through it all.
I mean, last season we did see Shane almost beat a Teachings deck. No, not Teachings. The Ulu with Turbo Fog. He should have won.
Yes,
at least one of those games.
He should have.
But he did not.
Probably the match.
Yeah, but he did not because Shane just did Shane things.
Put it in your mouth and take a drink. Quick. Slowly. It's gonna take slow. You don't. I don't want it. Get your butt.
Do. I don't think I play either of these guys either this time around.
I don't think so. Your deck probably has a pretty bad matchup against both. Maybe not math guys. Maybe not math guys so much, but I think definitely Lobos is a little lacking for you.
Yes.
It looks
That's horrible.
Lobos. I think Lobo's too flooded. I think math guys should have this game shored up.
Yeah. There's one Tangle left for spells. I can't quite see what's in his graveyard, but I don't think... Yeah, there's no fog effects, it looks like, in there. Well, I only see so much, though.
Bobby, go.
And we got this counter war fight.
And just a bunch of stupid... I mean, he has Ghostly Flicker +2 Mnemonic Wall, so he can pretty much just get back any spell that he needs from his graveyard for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
There's no graveyard hate from Lovebo, so that's not going to... I mean, this is just not going to stop.
No.
Hey, Sky Blue, what's going on, man? Sky Blue from...
Yeah, and just keep getting the spell, keep getting Ghostly Flicker. Yep. He's good to go. Yep, and he conceded.
Yeah, that just that's a Lovebo win?
Oh, did it?
What just happened?
What?
Wait, what did we miss? Zane, what did we miss? No, it looks like they're in sideboarding. Maybe not.
What?
Did Math Guy
happened?
Did he mill Math Guy out? And we weren't paying attention? Oh, Math Guy milled out. No, Math Guy milled out. That. Yeah, I didn't see that either.
You should have been paying more attention.
Yeah, he was at 1 card. I thought Math Guy had more cards in library. Oh, that's unfortunate.
That's what happens. Maybe the thought scours are good, like just targeting your opponent. Normally you want to hit yourself to critical mass, but I guess in this case you just like when it's gonna be drawn out like that, you just want to hit your opponent with them.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Ooh, we got turn 3 Tron plus Prophetic Prism from Math Guy though, and we have not so great hand from Lobo. He's got some ramp spells and then 1 mill spell. That's about it.
Yeah, but he has. I mean, with the lands, I mean, he's thinning out 3 cards. He's got a lot of potential to draw into, but it's not necessarily looking that great either. Because this is a potential turn 4 Crusher.
He brought in Fangren Marauder. I guess just for extra creatures. I mean, Fang Marauder.
Oh, that's a Marauder. That's not the.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I saw that.
Here comes turn 3 Tron into Prophetic Prism into 5/5, and there's no fogs in Lobo's hand at the moment. He does have pieces of the puzzles though. So pieces of the puzzle to the puzzle. What is the name of the?
Of the puzzle.
There you go. Of the puzzle. Oh, there's a teachings too.
Yep.
Oh no, I'm sorry. He couldn't cast Marauder. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of casting Chromatic Effect into it. He did draw teachings though.
I wonder where the fountain came in. Because you said those are sideboard, right? For Math Guy?
Yeah, he has 1 fountain in the sideboard. Maybe he brought in an extra land over a dead card.
Maybe. I wouldn't be too worried about my life, though.
I don't think he'd bring it in for the life. He must have just brought it in to have extra cards. Typical Tron was... Well, I called it Rainbow Tron because you would just play anything. But yeah. I guess Lobo's thinking. I think that's who typed that.
Yep, he's typing thinking.
Yep. What is he thinking about? Oh, I guess he's thinking should he pieces or should he go Kodama's Reach?
That's my guess.
I think you'd rather go pieces because you can. Oh, this is turn 3, right? So you can't play the Simic Growth Chamber. Yeah. Oh, okay. So he still has a land drop. I think you just go pieces and right. Oh no, he's not. He's gonna leave up Dispel and go Kodama's Reach.
I mean, that is thinning 2 cards out, so... And then it ramps him up to play multiple things in a bit.
True.
Like multiple counter spells if he has to, or spell and a Dispel.
You Dispel the teachings here? No, right? You just Dispel...
I prefer not... If it was the flashback, I would probably counter it, but I wouldn't counter the first time.
Math Guy does have 2 teachings in his deck, so you can expect that he'll go teachings for teachings at some point. Teachings, this card is so stupid in this format, isn't it?
It's interesting. So I mean, as long as you know how to play it right, it's amazing. If you don't, then like if you don't know what you're doing with the teachings deck, then it can hurt you.
Yeah.
It's like that with any deck, but especially with that kind of stuff. Let's see, Math Guy is getting down. He's got 47 cards.
Son.
Well, there's the person of the hour, Mr. Dinrova Horror. Math Guy not doing too well though. He's got a Dispel.
Yeah, he's just not drawing anything.
Yeah, he's just got 3 lands. Meanwhile,
I think the Marauder is good even without the life gain though. It's just beating down for 5.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, he doesn't know it either, but his opponent has no fogs.
Yeah. You think he sideboarded out some of the fogs? He left in Moment's Peace. We saw that.
Fog itself, is normally the first thing I cut when I play a Turbo Fog list.
You don't
There's
like
a lot-
even though it costs 1 mana, you think that it's still not better than
Normally,
Tangle?
yeah, normally you're getting enough mana anyway, so you just tangle a Moment's Peace. They're pretty much a 2-turn cards. They're pretty much your Time Walk. Cat. Yeah. What? Angry cat?
Damn, none of my cats are ever that angry.
No, it's because he was trying to get up. I was trying to help her up, and I grabbed her wrong.
That could be
Still,
taken
though,
many ways.
I
Probably
mean-
shouldn't have said out loud. I even heard Zane laugh on that one. Wow, look at this hand. He's got 2 pieces, 2 counterspells, and a mill fudge.
I would not be. I'm not sure if I'd be too happy with that.
With that hand from Lovebo, you wouldn't be too happy?
I mean, just because you're looking at 9 power. I mean, the pieces can't be that bad, but I mean, you got the Growth Chamber, which is going to cut off 1 of your mana.
This is true. He also, I mean, he doesn't know Math Guy's hand like us, right? So he has to assume that Math Guy has something. He knows the Dispel. That's about it.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't mind having the mill stuff, but he, like I said, he's looking at 9 power.
Okay, so it looks like Math Guy got 2 preordains off of that pieces of the puzzle. Looks like he put a land, a Kadama's Reach, and a... I can't quite see what the other card is, but...
What was that?
Let's see. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Zane.
Okay, that got possibly a little bit better next turn with the preordains.
He's got accumulated knowledge in the graveyard, too, so any accumulated knowledge he draws are going to be really good.
Yeah, and I like the preordains because it just filters out the garbage. But if I was Math Guy and seeing this 9 go through, I'd be super happy.
Oh, Math Guy lost both his Crusher and his Wretched Growth, and he drew
Ouch.
a Crop Rotation. Now, Crop Rotation can get... I don't know. I don't believe he has Polluted Mire in his deck. I didn't see it. He does have Bajuka Bog, I guess, but that doesn't do anything right now.
No, because there's no Moment's Pieces in the grave.
So
So
Crop
the
Rotation's
graveyard's...
kind of a dead card.
We'll see what he teaches for.
And yeah, I mean, he caught Lobo tapped out, so he can't dispel it. He probably teachings for teachings.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, so that is what he got.
Come on, take your medal, please.
I don't know. 30 cards,
Fine,
7,
no.
5, or 5, 5. I mean, he can mill him 10 cards. That gets him down to 20.
So I back on the white and blue one.
I'm just
You were not
Arcane Denial. If he counters
I lost
his spell, be
and put you in.
18 cards. It's not looking too great right now. Oh, but he got the Moment Piece. That buys him a couple turns.
I mean, he's got plenty of ways to filter through his deck to find more Moments Pieces as well, so...
And the big.
The one Moments Piece might force the... Ooh, well, now we can get Crusher back. What does that do? Like, if he lands a Crusher, that's still pretty devastating because he's only got, what, 6 individual lands in play? Oh,
Yeah, and that's gonna start choking him because then because after a while you're just trying to hope you get more and more fogs.
Oh, I like this. He's picking a fight over the Moments Piece.
And every time I'm looking on the
He's because now what he gets to do is he gets the Crop Rotation for the Bajuka Bog, deal with that Moments Piece if he wants to, and he gets to return the Umox Crusher and I believe still play it this turn. Right? That's 3 and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I believe he has enough mana to do everything. If he chooses to.
Yeah. Or he may just fight with a teaching, get teachings for a counter for another dispel or something. I'm not sure.
How did he get
Oh,
the condescend?
there we go. He with teachings.
Oh,
Yeah, he flashback
okay.
teachings. Got a condescend.
Okay, I was not looking up. So, looks like Math Guy is going to take that 2-1. All right,
That was
so
really good.
Math Guy
The math guy.
Lobo. Math Guy wins 2-1. All right, that's a pretty good first match. A very good sort of control on. What the hell do you call Lobo's deck?
It's just Turbo Fog still.
I guess it's Turbo Fog deck.
Yeah, it's just there's two different types. There's the traditional Jace's Erasure type, and then there's also like a mill Battle Scrounger type. Where normally you mill yourself, but in this case, when you're playing against a deck that's drawing so many cards already, you're just milling them too because they're hurting themselves.
Yeah.
Normally Aspirated Fog. Never heard that name.
I never heard that name either, but that's what it is. All right, so has Kung Fu Trees' alternate got back to us?
Okay.
I don't know who Mike's talking about, but okay, so I guess what we'll do now. Oh, their placement is chatting with Mike. Okay, so it looks like we are going to get Mike Uru versus Kung Fu Trees' alternate tonight, so that'll be fun. We're still hoping Shane shows up, but I'm going to point out it's not looking very good.
David, give me that hand.
Yeah, he's
No.
So it also doesn't look very good for your kid. No offense.
No, you're fine. But no, he's dying in the heat right now, Shane. I feel bad for him.
I mean, you're the closest one to him if you want to just race out there and try to get him.
There's no way I'm driving and taking a 6-hour drive to save him.
At first it was 3 hours, but all right.
Well, 3 hours to get there, 3 hours to get back.
Oh yeah, true. That's just not kosher at all. All right, so Zane, what would you like to do now?
All right.
All right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave. That way we can get the next commentators and everything in.
All right.
But it was a lot of fun for the first time.
Jen, we will definitely see you back for more commentating, so that'll be fun.
Yep, and I already know what I've messed up with and know what to work on next time.
Yeah.
And hopefully I get to play a match tonight. If not, then next week.
Definitely next week at least. I'm sure Shane will be back.
Yep. Okay, well, I'm out then.
All right. All right, so Mike, why don't you join the call real quick? So I can talk to you, and we're gonna see if Lobo still wants to do it. If he doesn't, then we'll find a replacement. If not myself, we'll use somebody else. Yeah, that's right. I said the word use.
Well, all right, I'm here. Use is a pretty common. That's a pretty common phrase around here as well. So you're not alone in my world.
Fair enough. All right. So, what'd you think of that match?
I think it kind of went how I would expect. The Crusher is a huge deal, and it's pretty tough for the Turbo Fog deck to keep up when they keep getting lands bounced all the time. So it's pretty much what I expected. The Turbo Fog deck stealing game 2 was pretty cool, though. Bringing in all those extra mill spells is not something that's typical for M. Lobo's deck.
Yeah, that was definitely surprising. I did not see that coming. Oh, Lobo, are you here?
Hey, I'm here.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to step out. I'm going to mute myself, and Zane's going to run you guys through it. Hope you guys have fun.
Yeah, I just got crushed by a Tron. So much fun.
All right, Mike, you and Lobo, you guys know what to do. Zane, help him out. Take it away.
But I really hope people learned something off that game too. That was good.
Yeah, that was really cool. I really thought you had no chance, especially against a Crusher deck, but that's a new sideboard strategy for your deck. I haven't seen that out of your Turbo Fog list before.
No, I was just trying something new. crushes the graveyard hate decks that I have had problems with.
Yeah, the Bajuka bugs especially are so brutal against the Battlefield Scrounger decks that there's almost nothing you can do, especially when they can get them at instant speed with Crop Rotation or Ghostly Flicker. It's such a beating.
Exactly. So I'm trying this because it raises them most often, but that game 3 was just a crush.
Yeah, and even without the Crusher, it was still a crushing. So you can definitely see why the deck struggles a lot with Tron. I'm not even sure if it's worth devoting the sideboard slots at this point. The matchup is just so bad.
They are not just for Tron. They make teachings really, really, really much a buy. And the Demir Flaker and all the mid-range decks.
Sure. Yeah, I could definitely see that. I would have kind of thought that the Flicker decks would have been a pretty good matchup already, but I could see how Turbo Fog would be tough, especially with not Turbo Fog. I could see how Teachings would be a tough matchup for the normal list. Just
Exactly.
sometimes they can exile your Scrounger and then you're dead.
Yes, exactly. But I think I'll join with the real deck next time.
Well, you got two more opportunities, so
This was just fun.
you might get to play against some more aggressive decks, or maybe you'll run into that Delver deck that you obviously prepared for with your sideboard plan. That could work too.
Yeah, I was like, what do we lose to mono blue-red Delver? And the sudden popularity of mono blue Delver crashes that plan a little. So I got him. So yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see that being a problem. It's typically been one of the biggest issues with Turbo Fog decks in general is that the Delver matchup is just horrible, and with the with the rise of the blue-red Delver decks, you can get away with just playing Circular Protection blue. In the past, you could still lose to Delver if they just attacked you with a bunch of Spire Golems, but they don't have that anymore. So the mono blue deck, I think, was probably even worse. Despite the burn spells, I don't think the burn spells are that important. I think it's really the fact that they don't have any Spire Golems that they can attack with.
Exactly.
Really makes the Circle of Protection strong.
And the odds for turn 2 Ninja also decreases with Splashing Red.
Yeah, for sure.
And that is such a big problem.
Mm-hmm. So for the second match, we are going to be showing Littlefield versus Pauper MTG. What do you think they might be playing? You have any idea? Yeah. So it sounds like we're trying to get the hand cam set up right now. So I guess I'm Lovebo. What do you think they're playing? I don't really have any idea what Pauper MTG is going to be playing. It's a team of two. I expect it's the guys from the YouTube, I think. So they play a pretty wide variety of decks.
I expect a Stumpy Mirror.
Yeah.
Sure, a Stumpy Mirror. That would be nice.
Yeah, somehow I don't think that's right, but it could be. Littlefield, I know in the past has played some aggressive decks. I think, right? Littlefield has played some red deck wins
and Stompy and stuff like that. Yes.
Stompy, so we could very easily see that. I also play against Pauper MTG in this first segment, and I really just had no idea what to put them on. So I just metagamed against the people that I knew I was playing against. So I'm playing against Kung Fu Trees as well as 420 Dragons. So I know the types of decks those two like to play. So I've kind of got a deck that hopefully counters their plans, but I don't really know what to expect out of Pauper MTG. It could be on anything.
Just like me, I can be on anything.
There's actually a lot of us that have a pretty wide range here. I know that people expect me to be on some kind of teachings deck all the time, but I mean, I played Kuldotha Boros last time, and I played some Stompy, and I kind of play a lot of stuff. So hopefully people don't know exactly what I'm playing. All right, so it sounds like we've got one of the hand cams up, but we're still working on the second one. But hopefully, it shouldn't be too much longer for you guys. We'll just keep chatting about stuff. So I guess we could keep talking about that last match. So did anything surprise you out of Math Guy's deck, or is it kind of exactly what you would have expected out of the matchup?
Yeah, that is the typical matchup. I haven't tested it that much, so I don't know exactly, but I was wondering why he had the 5/5 in against me, why he kept that one in.
Yeah, it sounded like that Radiant Fountain was out of the sideboard too, so I wonder if he just had so many bad cards that he had to bring in some kind of questionable stuff. But,
no, I can get the Fountain you want as a really, really stable mana against a deck that has a lot of counter spells. Not because of the 2 life, but because of the extra land.
Yeah, well, I think that was in his sideboard. I guess it makes sense, but I would have thought he would at least have enough like dispels and counterspells and stuff, but maybe not.
This is a counterspell matchup, and you really want a few more land drops for those matchups.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the 2 life doesn't matter at all, so.
Yeah, maybe he left the 5/5 in because he got milled out by actual mill cards in the second game. So
Maybe.
really wanted to make sure he had a fast enough clock just in case you didn't have enough. Just in case you didn't have enough fogs, but you had enough mill cards to get them low.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, he's saying in the chat that he had a bunch of bad stuff like fogs, moments, peace, excludes, and stuff, and that's kind of what I was thinking is probably what happened.
Exclude is bad against me. It stops my luck.
Well, he said he said exclude is bad. I know that I would keep excluding against any of your turbo fog decks because I would certainly be expecting a battlefield scrounger out of there, but that's what he's saying in the chat that he took it out. I don't think people are used to that deck. I've never really seen anyone playing it besides you and me, and mostly just you. I don't think I've ever gotten a 5/0 with it. So it's pretty similar to your other version, other than the extra mill spells and the circle of protection.
And the 70 cards.
Yeah. Definitely. You're only 30 cards short of the right number of cards.
930.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we really need to see. So 1,000 cards is the exact right number to play.
Yes.
You never get milled.
Yes, that is a fact.
Yeah,
although
you
could get milled by
Scrounger deck.
You could get milled by a Scrounger deck in turn 151.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if the Scrounger deck could possibly do that in time, but we would need more than the 1 hour clocks we have for sure.
Exactly, we go back to 8 hour clocks.
It's a full day's worth of tournaments, so everyone gets their money's worth, you know. The viewers get what they want.
How is it going with the others?
So it sounds like we're almost done with the second hand cam, and we should hopefully be getting started very soon for you guys. Sorry about the delay, but having a little bit of hiccups with the hand cams, but it's not too much of a problem. We will have them up shortly for you guys. We'll just keep rambling about 1,000 card teachings and stuff. Why don't I do a quick plug for some people? So we've got a lot of content creators in this challenge. So I'll start with myself, the shameless promotion. And if you want to check out my YouTube page, it's Mikey Ruru. So if you just search me up, I'm on there. I've got all kinds of Pauper videos. I tried to kind of step into Jake from MTG Goldfish's spot. So I'm hoping to, play some competitive decks at a high level. Some other people that have YouTube channels, Kung Fu Trees especially has a lot of videos on Blue Red Delver. So if you guys want to check that out, those are some great videos. He's got some other ones as well that he came out more recently with like a blue black angler list with an exhume package, some pretty cool stuff on there. He also always records all of his challenges, so you can watch the whole challenge. And I believe he has the one up as well from when he won. I don't quite remember. I haven't watched all of them. That's a pretty long tournament to watch all of. And who else has stuff? So Jenstikov has a stream, and so does a lot of us have streams. So I have a stream that I don't go on very often. I know that Shane streams, Zane streams. Arctic Ghost also has a Twitch page. He also writes for one of the sites. So he writes for some site that you can go, Pure MTGO, sure. So you can go to Pure MTGO and see all the Pauper content from Arctic Ghost. Check that out there. He also has a YouTube page that you can watch all of his videos on. Who else is in this thing? I think that might be Lobo. You don't have any content channels, do you?
Yeah, I stream like once a month or something like that.
Oh, sure.
Not much.
Well, great. So everyone check that out as well. I don't know your stream handle. You might have to type it in or something. Oh yeah, Four-Time Dragon streams too. Sure. So we've got pretty much almost everyone. I think just Allura Greer and Littlefield maybe are the only ones who don't have content. So feel free to check all of us out. All right. So one of our issues we've been having with the stream is that we hooked it all up with the wrong players. So we've got one of the future matches that actually my opponent is going to be my opponent ended up getting into the match. So we will hopefully have that all lined up for you guys soon. We really need to get Pauper MTG in here. So hopefully
Z Magic at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you, he was trying his hardest. I did not. I said that it was Littlefield against. All
right, so hopefully we can.
You guys are good. Don't worry.
Guys, squared away. What else could we talk about? So, for those of you who love Pauper content, I just wanted to just tell you guys again that Kung Fu Trees has his YouTube page, and where else are you going to be able to see people playing, the Pauper challenge and commentary on every round? You can definitely see him do that, and you can watch him win and get to the top 8 and all kinds of stuff.
Have you talked about the Pauper Discord, maybe?
Oh, that would be a good one. So, for those of you who don't know, although I would guess that almost everyone in the chat knows about it, there's a Pauper Discord, and it's really awesome. I think someone can probably toss in a link there. I know most of you are active on that, and we just talk about Pauper all day, basically every day, all night. People talking about Pauper, and it's really cool. We're pretty much almost all of us are active there, and you can ask us questions. You can brew different decks, get advice on your deck lists. You can talk about matchups. You can talk about basically anything. All of the links that anytime someone goes live on Twitch or puts out new YouTube videos, we stick it in the content channel there. So you can go to one place and see all kinds of Pauper content. It's just a great resource.
You can yell at me. Everyone is entitled to yell at me.
Yeah, you guys can yell at me too. Like if you run into a 100-card deck, feel free. Just yell at me, blame me for it, keep the meme alive. Just keep talking about it. Just talk about any kind of Pauper stuff. We love growing the community.
Can you guys talk about what you think of the new Pauper challenges that Wizards put out? Maybe you guys can talk about that.
Those tournaments are really, really impressive. I don't know why they put them out with such high prices, but man, they are good.
Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't been able to play any of the Pauper challenges because they just fall on a bad time for me. It's kind of when I hang out with my friends and my family and stuff. So the challenges are tough for me to get to, but Mlobo has been playing a lot of them. So why don't you
I
talk
have
about
played
more?
6 of them, and I'm up for 250 tickets or something like that.
Yeah, and that's pretty crazy, especially since you kind of scrubbed out of a couple of them too.
Yeah, I scrubbed out of the first few. Maybe I only played 5. I don't know. But that final, if you top 8 one of those tournaments, you just get thrown a lot of ticks in your face. They are really, really impressive, and they are supposed to be at 85 players, but they only had that many players at the beginning of the just when they came out.
Yeah, they've definitely been they've been slightly below the break-even point for players, so the EV is positive, which is great, and it's really awesome to have such a high-stakes tournament, because the leagues are. I mean, I know that a lot of people for Pauper think that it's high stakes just because the decks are so cheap and you're paying $8 to enter a tournament, but they're really pretty low stakes, and have a high-stakes tournament really gives puts a lot of eyes on the format and really gives us some credibility, and the deck lists have been really innovative and cool. So I really can't say anything negative about it. It's been awesome so far.
Yes, I like them. I also like the other challenges, but that's just because there are really, really few players in them also. I played a vintage challenge with 37 players and prizes for top 32.
Yeah, I actually just bought a full set of Power 9 because they've been dropping so low, and I think I'm gonna go check out some of those if I ever get a chance. It's really tough for me. Again, it's really tough for me to make those Sundays work, but if something happens and I've got a free one, definitely gonna be jamming as many challenges as I can, basically every format.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So it sounds like we are almost set up. It looks like we're gonna just get it going, and then we might not have the hand cams perfect, but we're just ready to get playing. So hopefully these guys will get going soon enough, and we'll get the hand cams all squared away. But we got to get some matches going. I can't just talk about myself this whole time. I mean, I can, but I
as
shouldn't.
much fun as you're having it. It looks like we are going to have Littlefield's hand cam, but due to some time constraints. Oh no. Okay, so it looks like Littlefield's stuff wasn't working very well. So it looks like Littlefield's hand cam might not work for right now, but it looks like Pauper MTG's is going to, from what Zane is saying. So just bear with us. Zane's working on. I'm sure he'll get it fixed, as Zane is an awesome person. So duly noted. All right, back to you guys.
All right, so it looks like we've got Pauper MTG on the top, and I still don't know what they're playing. And then we've got Littlefield on the bottom. Looks like they're both on 60 cards, as you would probably expect, but you never know never know with Pauper. We've already had a 70 card deck, and who knows, maybe I'll be playing a 100 card deck.
Oh, Deluxicop, thank you so much for hosting us, dude. I just noticed that Propaganda is hosting us. If you want to talk about Propaganda for a little bit, Mike.
Yeah, sure. So for those of you who don't know, Propaganda is probably one of the longest running Pauper content, or at least video content programs. And it's Deluxicop, and he plays some really interesting brews every single Friday for the most part. And I don't know the exact time, but it's sometime in the afternoon on Fridays. And really high production value is kind of the namesake, or not the namesake, but it's kind of the trademark of the program. So if you want to see some really cool, he's got these commercials that he makes for Pauper cards. He's got really awesome special effects and stuff. I think he kind of does that sort of thing for a living. He cuts movie trailers, I think. So he's got a lot of experience in that realm, and his stream looks great. It's really streamlined, really cool. So if that's the sort of thing you're into, definitely go check that out on Fridays. He's also got all that stuff up on YouTube, so you can check out Propaganda on YouTube as well. Really cool guy, really interesting brews, some really unique takes on the format, and I mean that's just what you get when you watch that.
So
looks like we've got one hand cam.
They are both.
Oh, you've got two.
Yes.
Awesome.
So Affinity versus Mono Green Tron.
Yeah, it looks like Affinity, Mono Green Tron. I don't see anything too crazy out of the affinity deck so far. It does look like it's on Temur Battle Rage, which is not the typical list necessarily, but it's not too unusual. People play that all the time.
Nah, the
And,
typical list is one of each.
Yeah.
That is what 5-0's the most.
So could just be a classic list. I don't always see Terrarion either. Sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't. Not too crazy to see that either. The Mono Greentron though is a little interesting. It's a typical list, but at the same time, it doesn't 5-0 that often, so there's not necessarily just a set list for the deck. There's all kinds of different tweaks that people play on it. People play Rolling Thunder in the deck. People play all kinds of stuff, so it'll be interesting to see what Pauper MTG is on.
But I don't think that Affinity has a good matchup here.
They
They have the
5/5
5/5
terrible. Yeah.
So it's like, I play this in turn 4, now die. Next game?
Yeah, so we'll see if the Fenrir Marauder shows its face soon enough to just end this game, but that's really what Pauper MTG is looking for. There's almost no way that Affinity can beat that card, and if they find a second one, it's definitely over. So, still no Fenrir Marauders, but they do have Tron. They've got a Self-Assembler. I wonder if the Self-Assembler can get anything besides more Self-Assemblers. I'm guessing not, but sometimes people could put Changelings in the deck or something strange to get with that. We've got a pretty slow draw on the bottom from Littlefield. No creatures on turn 2. And even on turn 3, it's not going to be that explosive of a turn. It's really looking like only going to be able to play a 4/4 on turn 3.
Yeah, I think the game is almost over already.
Yeah, I agree. So if Pauper MTG doesn't find anything for the rest of the game, it might still win the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Just all these self-assemblers are going to be too much, I think. So that's a pretty good draw, though. Drawing another land was pretty important here. Now I can play a 4/4 as well as a Thoughtcast, or could play a Galvanic Blast, or even this Flare Husk.
Yeah, I don't like Thoughtcast there.
Yeah, I think it kind of looks like you might play a Gearseeker Serpent instead, which is also could be an okay play.
Yes. I don't know why he played the Flare Husk.
Yeah, I don't really know either. I would have liked to have seen him draw a card before making that decision, but
he can't draw a card before making the decision, because he has to announce a Gearseeker before he plays it, because otherwise he would have one artifact too little.
Well, he didn't need the Flare Husk for that, though. He had 5.
Exactly, but he couldn't just draw a card and then decide if he wanted to play the Flare Husk, because then he should play the Flare Husk to get the 5th artifact.
Well, he had 5 before that, right? He had 3 lands, a Prophetic Prism, and the Terrarion.
Yes.
So he could have played the Gearseeker and drawn the card, and then could have decided what to do with his final mana after drawing again.
Yes, he could, but he couldn't tap 2 blue from Terrarion and then decide if he wanted to play the Gearseeker.
Yeah, then it's too late. But
exactly.
Looks like I don't know what he would have played anyway. I think he probably would have ended up playing out that Flare Husk anyways. So I don't think it mattered too much. It's gonna have to really hope that Pauper MTG gets really greedy on these blocks, I think, and hope to kind of snipe them with a Temur Battle Rage and a Galvanic Blast and take out all 3 of these things. We'll see if they take the bait.
Well, if he doesn't take the bait, then he goes to not so much life. So yeah. It gets quite tight if he just takes it.
Yeah, so actually this is looking better. This is looking better for the Affinity deck than I thought, and they hasn't really drawn anything more. I don't know what. I guess I'm just not as experienced.
The Tree of Taste did a lot of work, and the Temur Battle Rage was just the end of it.
Yeah.
So now, if he plays both, then he's kill all 3 and damage 6, right?
Looks like it'll just be 2 more damage. They should soak up 8, and then it's dealing 10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So But this will be all the self-assemblers. So if Pauper MTG whiffs for another turn or two, this game could definitely be over. That 4/4 self-assembler is not going to be enough. Then again,
Alright.
if they just draw a Fangren Marauder, I think the game will still probably be over, but you never know. These Thoughtcasts could really go a long way as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of us hangs on the balance on this draw step here and gets a redraw with the Chromatic Star.
Exciting.
This is exciting.
And it is a...
What in the world? So he does have more self-assemblers.
It is a changeling. You were right, there is a changeling.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. But it's really unfortunate for Pauper MTG if they don't have another one to get with a self-assembler. They drew that one right before they played their self-assembler.
Oh, there's one more? How many of those does he play?
I don't know. That's pretty crazy.
Where did Littlefield's hand go?
Yeah. So it looks like we are losing Littlefield's hand cam in and out. It might be back. It's something on Littlefield's end, unfortunately. So there's not much we can do about it from here. But hopefully we can, figure out what they might have in hand. It looks like no lands at this point, despite drawing a couple extra cards that turn. And I can't quite exactly remember. Did Littlefield one more Thoughtcast for sure? That might be the only card that we know at this point.
Yes, the rest are unknown.
All right, here comes some big stuff. So this is kind of what that mono green Tron deck is known for. They've got all these big fatties. I wouldn't say they're known for these crazy changelings, but definitely known for having stuff like the Maul Splicer, and Fangren Marauder is the big one. So we'll see if they can find any of those. But all these big fat green creatures coming down every turn. For those of you who watched last season, you can watch Shane defeat me with his mono green Tron deck, and you can definitely see what it's like when they draw a big green fatty every single turn of the entire game. It's pretty salty to lose that
Teemo
one.
Battle Rage. He plays double Teemo Battle Rage.
Yeah, 2-teamer Battle Rage, and I wonder how many
seems-
flings. Maybe 1 or maybe 0.
I think he has 0 then.
That would be my guess as well. This is interesting. They're both just playing all these haymakers back and forth. I just have no idea. The combat math is pretty bad. It's pretty crazy right now. Just so much power on both sides of the board. I don't think either of them has any good attacks.
No. Right now it's just build up and hope that mono green doesn't draw anything spicy.
Yeah, they basically have to hope. Littlefield basically has to hope that the Fangren Marauder doesn't come, and then he also has to draw his own ATOG. I think that'll be the way that this game ends. If Affinity is going to win, if the mono green deck is going to win, it's just going to have to draw a bunch of fatties. So it looks like Pauper MTG kind of whiffed that turn. All they found was a land, and it's just a token. Nice little chump blocker at some point for that Gear Seeker Serpent. It's also possible the Affinity deck could build up enough lands and attack with Gear Seeker Serpent after making it unblockable a few times. We're a little ways away from that, but it's not impossible. It is really only a couple attacks, so they really only need to get one attack in. You only need to get one attack in, and then a Teamer Battle Rage and Galvanoclast will be enough to finish it off. So we'll see. So here's the ATOG that I was talking about, and this is probably lethal with the Teamer Battle Rage. I'm not positive, but my guess would be that that's quite a bit of power. So he's got 10 artifacts right now, as well as some more in hand that we just lost. So that is has 21 power, so it's 42 attacking. I'm not quite sure if Pauper MTG is going to have enough to block that, but they almost certainly don't have enough to block that, plus block both these Gear Seekers.
Yeah,
it kind of looks like
this should be
Atog
okay.
is gonna get there. And,
Maybe he's worried for a moment's peace.
Yeah, that would be a huge blowout here. But I don't really. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he thinks he's ahead enough that he can kind of
He
sandbag
can
for a
wait
little
a
bit.
turn.
But
He can wait a turn if he just plays it 2-4-4s and wait a turn, or the 4-4 and the 5-6 now, and just
Yeah.
waits a turn.
that'll definitely make
Then
the attacks
it
better
is-
next turn.
Then it doesn't necessarily is such a blowout.
Yeah,
But
you
it
might not
opens
even
up
have
for
to
another top
sacrifice
deck.
that many artifacts at that point. So it looks like he's going to play this a little more conservatively. Just play out some creatures, and hope that Pauper MTG doesn't draw a Fangor Marauder this turn. We're actually getting to the point though where it's possible that even without a Fangor Marauder, or even with a Fangor Marauder, they might be Littlefield might be able to attack with enough Gear Seekers that it won't be enough.
Well, Pauper MTG is drawing blanks now.
All right, got a redraw.
Oh, a prison, a redraw.
It's all exciting,
magic
everyone.
redraw.
Rub your hands.
And
Another
a
redraw.
And a redraw, and a redraw, and a redraw.
Crop rotation.
And
So
a crop rotation.
didn't have anything good to get last time, and still doesn't this time. So yeah, I think that Pauper MTG went so low on cards that I'm not sure that Littlefield is going to buy that the last one is a fog. But we'll find out for sure. All right, very conservative.
He attacks for 5? That is really conservative.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So this is the what I thought might happen if he never drew an ATOG, but after drawing this ATOG, I really thought he was going to be going for it.
Yeah, it's weird play. He really doesn't want to lose to a fuck.
Well, now that he played his last card, now the Pauper MTG is out of cards. My expectation would be that Littlefield is going to go for it and just win this game this turn.
It is a big mistake to play all your cards. This is why.
Yep.
This exact situation, if he held 2 cards, then Littlefield would hesitate to attack here.
Right, and those cards weren't doing anything. He had a couple extra lands the whole time, so really no reason to play out the extra ones.
And the game is over now.
Yep. So surprisingly, Affinity coming out on top. I wonder if the mono green deck is playing all these if they replace some Fangor Marauders with all these changelings and stuff. That could really be something that that's possible. So that would really make the matchup much better for Affinity. Yes, we've got Zane checking out the deck list. We'll find out in a second if there are any Fangor Marauders in this list.
There should be. That is the main reason to play the deck.
Yeah, I agree. So it looks like there's 4 in the sideboard according to Arctic. So that's pretty insane to me.
That is an alternative.
So I don't think that's quite how I would build the deck. I think I would have only 1 changeling at the most for at least 1 Fangor Marauder. And I'm not sure I'd play these Maul Splicers either over the Marauders. So it's not exactly how I would have built the list, but I'm no Tron expert, certainly not a mono green Tron expert. Those of you who know me know that I hate Tron more than any other deck. So I don't really know exactly how to build it every time, but it's not exactly what I would have done. But looks like we've got the sideboard, so hopefully these guys will give us a chance to look at their sideboards. Normally we try to make sure that everybody waits a minute or so to submit their list so we can check out the sideboard and see what their options are. Currently so in future weeks we're going to have pictures of all the deck lists like you guys were probably used to seeing last year or last season. So we'll have those up for next week. We couldn't quite get them to work this week, but with the holiday and people being busy over the weekend and stuff, it was a bit of an undertaking. So hopefully we'll have that all set up next week. That is the plan for you guys, and we can really do a little more discussion about the sideboarding. All right, so we do have one deck list here. So the sideboard we've got out of the Affinity deck, or out of the Tron deck, we've got these Fangor Marauders that are coming in for sure. I'm guessing these Moments pieces might come in, especially since he saw Double Teamer Battle Rage. I would probably be bringing in those Moments pieces. Other than that, none of this other stuff seems any good to me. So
Exactly.
I don't think I'm bringing any of that in. So
And he probably want those small splices out, and because that's just extra fatties. And,
exactly.
And I don't know what else to take out. And he even played 2 Moments piece in main.
Yeah, and we didn't see any, so definitely should have been representing that, I think.
Exactly.
On that last turn.
That's the weirdest. He should just pretend that he had them.
Yeah, so we'll have little fields up in a second for everybody. And so what do you think he's taking out? Do you think he's bringing in all 4 Moments pieces, or do you think that just 2 is enough?
All 4.
All 4. What do you think are the other 2 cuts? So I agree the 4 Maul Splicers should be the cuts. And then we've got to cut 2 more cards for those Moments pieces. So what do you think is coming out?
Like he can cut anything for it. See, a lot of Moments piece.
Yeah, I agree. He's got a lot of, like, he doesn't need those 2 changelings for the self-assembler combo. I don't know if you really need all 4 self-assemblers, all 4 Aurochs herds. That's a ton of fatties. So I would probably be cutting from the top end myself.
Yeah, he can cut random cards. Really, all his game plan is to delay the game until he can play a 5/5. That is basically his game plan.
So we got a pretty decent hand out of Affinity here. I consider Springleaf Drum to be their best turn 1 play. And after he plays this Frogmite, if he draws something else, he might be able to play these Mirror Enforcers both on turn 2. Like another Springleaf Drum, I think, would be enough. Pretty good draw with the Expedition map on the top, and then another good draw with the Crop Rotation. So it looks like we're going to see a turn 3 Tron, but no way to use the mana.
No, he can't play. Can he? Yes, he can. No, he can't play turn 3 Tron.
Yeah, so you can use. Oh yeah, never mind.
He can Crop Rotate for. He can't do it this turn.
Yeah, it looks like he can just get, but he'll have it turn 4, all the same. So
yeah, it doesn't do that much of a difference.
Yeah, because the way I was thinking, it would have to be tapped out, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. But so it looks like he'll have the ability to play a self-assembler as well as a fog next turn. So that's pretty good. And you can play a fog this turn too if Littlefield gets too crazy. And remember that Littlefield doesn't have a deck list this week, so it doesn't really know that there's all these Moments pieces, especially since last game really didn't see any evidence of them at all. And this is actually lethal here on this attack if he sacks everything. So we'll see how crazy he gets. With the Galvanic Blast, it's lethal. And it kind of looks like he's playing it conservatively. Hopefully Pauper MTG doesn't do something crazy like sacrifice this Expedition map before damage. Don't want to do anything too drastic like that.
Yeah, that would be really, really weird.
Well, that would be, but I beat Arctic in the first season because he F6 to turn, and I was too scared to go for it until I found out he F6, and then I killed him. So some people just need that F6 value. But I don't know. I don't expect that kind of loose play from Pauper MTG. That's the kind of loose play I expect out of Arctic, but I don't expect that out of the other competitors.
I usually auto yield Atok's ability to fake that I have F6'd.
Sure.
That sometimes gets the opponent.
Yeah, I take off almost all my stops when I play when I play 100 card teachings, because sometimes you just don't have time. You're like, I can't afford to press OK every single beginning of combat. So I take that stop off, and I've really only got the end of turn. So we've got that, and then another thing you can do is F6 and then quick F3 whenever they try to tap for something. So a lot of little tricks you can do. And it's fine because, your opponent's trying to get you, so I don't feel too bad about getting my opponent that way. They're trying to get you with the F6, so turnabout is fair play.
One piece of length from the deck.
So, this is exactly why you want to play Fling sometimes. So, Teamer Battle Rage here wouldn't do anything, but a Fling would be lethal, I believe.
Oh, that is aggressive.
Yeah,
that
after playing
really
so conservatively earlier, I can't believe he's doing this now. Maybe he just miscounted last turn, because last turn he could have made the same play and had lethal.
This is just weird. And
Yeah, I agree. I guess it's safer this turn because it doesn't have to sacrifice everything, but it's still a pretty big sacrifice to lose all those cards.
Like he could have sacrificed 1 or 2 last turn to bait it.
Mm-hmm.
And made the opponent go to way lower.
Yeah, especially could have been at like 13 or something. Could have easily sacrificed 2 of them last turn.
Yeah.
So now he's kind of in an awkward spot this turn where he can attack with these 2, and then he's just going to take the 4, and they're going to trade. And this is going to happen every turn now.
Yeah.
So, and it doesn't seem like he has any flings. I didn't get a good look at the list when we were looking at it. I didn't really look at we didn't get to see Littlefield's list, so I don't know if there's any flings in here, but that'll be kind of his last hope in this scenario. I don't think he's getting through for any more combat damage this game.
But he is far from fling, isn't he? No. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. He can make fling one more turn.
Yeah, he's not that far away from flinging him to death, but looks like Arctic says there's no flings in the list, so that's not something that Pauper MTG has to worry about. That said, they don't necessarily know. It looks like I finally have access to this list, so let's see what's all going on in here. I can't show it to you guys in the chat, but it looks like in the sideboard, not really a lot of anything. Maybe a Journey to Nowhere coming in, maybe a Rush of Knowledge. I don't really see any of this stuff coming in. He's got a lot of stuff for other matchups. Nothing really against Mono Green Tron. There are no flings, notably.
Any Dispel?
No Dispels.
No Dispel?
No Dispel.
That's brave.
There's some Pyroblasts for the blue matchups, but no Dispels.
That is really brave.
And there's only the one Journey to Nowhere for any Fangor Marauders that come down. So I would assume that that's in at this point, but obviously we haven't seen it yet. Okay, just getting fogged out of the tournament right now. This is kind of what I expect to see out of the Mono Green Tron deck against Affinity. Even if they don't draw the best card, they can still put them away with all these fogs and then just fatties every turn. I think last game was a bit of an unusual scenario where the Affinity deck drew all the fatties, just drew all the 5/6s, drew almost all the Mirror Enforcers, drew multiple ATOGs, and the Tron deck just drew nothing. Especially no fogs was a huge deal.
Yeah, the no fogs part was devastating.
Mm-hmm.
Just one fog would change the entire game.
Yep. So another Terrarian looks like sacrificing some. I would probably have sacrificed that one to the ATOG, just in case, but maybe
that
he
would
floated some blue
be better.
mana. I'm not sure.
It is usually better just to sacrifice it to ATOG here.
Right, because then he could have sacrificed the second one and had a free attack with the ATOG and another attack that had to be fogged. Looks like he brought in the Krark Clan Shamans. That's
What?
pretty crazy.
Why did he bring that one in?
I guess if you want to sacrifice 5 things, you can make your opponent gain 25 life, and then you can kill the Fangor Marauder, and then you can come back and win.
It can also be that he wants to swipe the board while attacking with ATAC. Like, if he has really, really lots of artifacts and all your opponent's creatures is 4/4, then you can pump ATAC up and then sack 4 to Shaman and hope that it's enough.
Yeah. That could work. Still, that's pretty pie in the sky as far as I'm concerned. I'm pretty sure I would just leave in some of the regular cards from the deck. I mean, I don't know what he boarded out for that stuff. Maybe the Galvanic Blasts or the Flare Husk. I don't know. I mean, you gotta board something out that's important in order to bring that stuff in.
Why didn't top player play Self-Assembler?
I think they're being really careful to hold up multiple fogs every turn, but
he doesn't hold up multiple fogs.
Oh, just the one.
And he had 1 mana, so he can play it and hold up fog.
Interesting. Must just be that, I mean, there are some moments pieces in the graveyard. I mean, that must be what they're going to be playing this turn, but still, it's interesting. Could have just played the one from hand.
Exactly.
But in the end, there's not really any rush, so I guess it's okay. We're about to see, I think that we might be seeing that 4 artifact sacrifice scenario that we were talking about. We'll see if he protects his ATOG. This is definitely not a winning line.
Exactly.
So this is why I don't think that the Shaman is particularly good. This is, I don't know, this is the scenario you're bringing in for, right? You clear their board and you have an ATOG, but realistically you're not going to have enough stuff for the ATOG to be lethal. And even then you've got to get through a moment's piece.
This isn't really the situation. The situation has to be more clogged up board.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be kind of like what we had the first game.
Exactly.
But I think this is a far more realistic scenario.
Yeah. And the game is over.
Yep. So, looks like we've got. Yeah, so this is Littlefield's list. We've only I can see it. So, sure. So as far as the sideboard goes, we've got 1 Ancient Grudge, 4 Electrickery, 1 Journey to Nowhere, 2 Krark Clan Shaman, 1 Mountain, 2 Pyroblast, 3 Ray of Revelation, and 1 Rush of Knowledge. So the Ancient Grudges are also a possibility against a Tron deck. They do have a lot of artifacts. They're not amazing or anything, but you can manage a 2-for-1 out of it sometimes. And the Journey to Nowhere should definitely be in. That's the only clean way to deal with the Fangor Marauder 1-for-1. And then the Rush of Knowledge is okay. It's not a dead card, so I could see that coming in.
That Rush is too slow.
I agree that it is probably too slow.
So I don't think I would take that in. I just think I would take the Journey and the Grudge in.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really like the Krark Clan Shaman. I just don't think we're realistically going to run into scenarios where the Krark Clan Shaman is good. I think the Journey to Nowhere and the Ancient Grudge are both good enough to bring in. And then as far as what to take out, I'm not really sure what I would take out. The Terrarians are kind of weak. The Galvanic Blasts are typically weak, but he's got a ton of 4 toughness creatures, so I'm not really sure if I want to take that either. Yeah, they seem pretty good. That's the type of thing I would normally board out against a Tron list, but this mono green Tron deck has so many 4 toughness guys that I think you have to definitely leave that in. So I'm not really sure what you're taking out for that stuff.
So what do we have here? We have a fast Tron, like turn.
Yep, looks like it's definitely a turn 3 Tron. No fatties to go with it, and it has to Pauper MTG has to kind of figure out exactly how they want to sequence their stuff and how much mana they're going to have open and how many colors they're going to have open on turn 3 when they get Tron. So it looks like they'll have 7 mana. Looks like they just drew exactly what they needed. So they don't have to worry about the expedition map or anything like that. They're just going to have 7 mana and some colors on turn. They're going to have 7 mana and some colors on turn 3.
That's a spicy hand from Affinity.
Yeah, definitely. So going to be a quick ATOG, and this could this be a turn 3 kill? I think with a Teamer Battle Rage, this will be a turn 3 kill.
Yeah, he has some outs for a turn 3 kill here.
So
maybe even without.
Cool. Oh,
What?
jeez. Oh, jeez.
He didn't go for it.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I
someone
don't
call
agree with
Littlefield and tell him to go for it.
Tell him to stop being so cautious. My goodness. So we're gonna see a perfect opportunity to hit a spear with an Ancient Grudge if he brought those in. Yeah, would this have been lethal? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 artifacts plus a fling. So it could have put him to 1. It looks like.
Exactly.
If I counted correctly. So not quite lethal,
Yeah, I get it.
but pretty close.
To 1 life as well.
But 1 life is not 0, and I'm not sure that you would even want to do that. But I could have definitely seen.
Sack something.
Yeah, I could have definitely seen an argument for sacrificing a couple things though, just to put him. Could have put him down to 10 or something. Get him into Galvanic Blast range, and while he doesn't have Fog Up. I'm not sure if that's.
Oh, that is a good top deck. Did you see that?
And here's the Fanger Marauder.
That was his top deck. Last top deck.
Off of the star.
Yes, exactly.
And this game is likely over, although it should be noted that if Littlefield attacks with just his smaller creatures and not with his ATOG, he can Galvanic Blast this Fanger Marauder after blocks. So we'll see what happens here. It would be highly advisable to not block. If you are Pauper MTG, do not block these Frogmites and Flare Husk. Also, Littlefield is going to be incentivized to not attack with everything. Oh my goodness. What is this? Well, I don't like this attack. You just don't block.
I don't understand why he didn't just attack with everything.
Yeah, I would have attacked with everything besides the ATOG because he needed 1 creature back to make the red mana for the Galvanic Blast. So the best scenario there is that you block something with the Fanger Marauder and then you Galvanic Blast it to death.
Then I think I would keep the Germ at home. There's no way he would ever block attack. Another Fanger Marauder.
Yeah, so you can see it all unraveling for Littlefield. This
Game over.
Almost certainly over. He's gaining a ton of life off his own artifacts. If we see a Journey to Nowhere here, and I don't know, he needs like a Thoughtcast into a Journey to Nowhere into another Galvanic Blast, probably. So he could double blast a Marauder and Journey the other one. That's kind of the scenario I think we're looking at here for Littlefield to get out of this.
But opponent is still at 31.
Yep. But it should be... Oh, and then he does have a Forest. So he doesn't have any more artifacts at this moment. Yeah, that'll be enough.
Chain Hurts. He can still...
Yeah, I think that missing on that turn was the nail in the coffin. I think he really needed to draw a Thoughtcast into a Journey plus another piece of action. This game is almost certainly over. And Self-Assembler. Self-Assembler is actually a really good draw here because he's kind of pinched on green mana. But the Self-Assembler allows Pauper MTG to develop out the board while still casting another green spell.
What? He Stirrings?
Yeah, that's interesting. It paid off though. This Chromatic Sphere is going to be really a backbreaker.
Mana for 2 Self-Assemblers?
Yep, had mana for 2 Self-Assemblers or Could have done some tricks with crop rotation to make some more mana as well. He could have tapped the tower.
He can still do that. He can still tap sphere for green.
Yeah, and go grab another
rotate
tower.
for tower and play the self-assembler, but he chooses not to.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I also don't know why. But in the end, it doesn't really matter. Pauper MTG is so far ahead that I don't know. They're just piling it on. Just stop. Just get off them. We need what we need is we need Littlefield to have, you know, his boxing coach come out, you know, get him off the ropes, throw in the towel, beg for mercy to the referee, just to keep him fighting for another day. I mean, he's got a couple more matches that he still needs to play with this deck. Just let it go. I can confidently say there are no more outs in Littlefield's deck. Perfect draws from here on out will not do it. Okay, looks like he gave up. So that was a pretty thorough beating in that game 3. It's kind of what I expected to happen in game 1 as well, but just they didn't have the Fangor Marauders main deck, so an interesting choice there, and it really cost them game 1, but they took the match anyway, no problem.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that's going to be it for
that was dirty.
Yeah,
that was
dirty.
dirty. The third game.
It is bedtime.
Yeah, definitely getting a little late for you out there. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Lobo, it has been very, very kind. We will see you next week. We hope you have a good sleep, my friend.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Have a good night. So, Mike, what'd you think of that match? I gotta ask. I don't think you showed your true feelings the entire time at all.
Well, you know, I tend to, you know, play my feelings a little close to the vest. I don't always tell people how it is. So, no, I think I was pretty brutal on Littlefield there. Sorry, Littlefield, you got owned. You got destroyed. But it's just a bad matchup for the deck. You know, when you show up with Affinity,
it's not a great matchup at all.
Yeah, there's just some decks that you realize that you're just not going to beat, and Mono Green Tron is not really a major metagame player, so you don't really plan against it at all. And Littlefield was totally unprepared for it, as you can see there.
We're not really used to him playing a deck like Affinity too. Because last season we saw him play Red Deck Wins. We saw him play White Weenie. And then we saw him mix it up by playing Lobo's Blue-Red Puzzle Control deck at one point too, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was in the playoffs, I believe. I know that he normally plays Red Deck Wins in leagues or in the past. That's what he played. That was what I metagamed for last season against him, and that is what he played.
Yeah.
So, my Kuldotha Boros was great against that, but. Obviously, this is a terrible matchup. Some other matchups that are a little rough for Affinity. Anytime that someone's got Gorilla Shamans against you, you're going to be in for a bad time in those matchups as well. But, you know, sometimes they just don't draw the hate. And you could see that in Game 1. If he had just drawn some Moments pieces, if Pauper MTG had some Moments pieces, that game could have gone totally differently. But when you just don't draw your cards that matter, you know, sometimes the Affinity deck can still steal it from you, especially when they've got a fast draw.
I think a big deal is that Littlefield's going more for the all-in Teamer Battle Rage version, like you said. He's not playing Fling, so he doesn't have the sort of reach that I think most Affinity decks do. I haven't seen Teamer Battle Rage a whole ton lately. I think I've seen Fling more than I've seen that. But then again, I mean, Cop Red is everywhere as well, and with Teamer Battle Rage, he's playing, I think, 4 Gear Seeker Serpents. Not something you typically see, and Teamer Battle Rage is really good on a 5/6.
Yeah, and if you get really late in the game, you can make it unblockable and double it, so you can just dome them for 10 out of nowhere, and that's a pretty big swing too.
Yeah, that's for sure. So, Pauper MTG people, are you here? I see they're in the Skype call.
Yeah, I can't hear them right now.
It seems they're not talking, or if they are, I cannot tell.
So I believe I am playing next. Is that correct? I'm playing against.
No.
Oh no.
No,
Oh no,
Dragon.
I'm fourth. I'm fourth. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
Dragon and who's next? Dragon and somebody else.
All right, the only two is like 9 more of those.
Must be a lure guru. Yeah.
Oh yes, Ulu Guru. Somehow I beat him. I don't know how I did it. In the
Okay.
what was it? The was it the first part of last season when he was playing his like teachings Cryptorats deck, right?
Yeah. That was the first part because the second time he brought Boggles and he
Oh,
got
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
unlucky with that deck too. So.
Yeah, he got pretty.
he got so unlucky.
he got kind of destroyed. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So yeah, Lure Guru. I would expect to see a better showing this season. I think definitely a better player than his record showed last time. He got pretty unlucky.
He's been
a
crushing.
couple times.
He's been crushing Pauper Classic Tuesdays quite a bit. I think he's top 4 the last like 3 weeks in a row. I think he has some blood out for this
Yeah,
one. I think
and,
he wants to really step it up.
Yeah, he's kind of my go-to when we're talking about the metagames for this tournament. So
Gotta sign up to.
Oh, there we go.
You know,
man.
he's the guy that I'm watching.
it sounds like we got them. It sounds like we've got them in the Skype call. I just heard someone.
Yeah, I heard something.
Oh, hey guys. I didn't know you could hear us.
There you go.
Yo, what up, dudes?
All right, so
So I'll scoot out of here.
Mike, you
I
might be
believe-
around later if Shane comes
Yeah.
back from whatever hell he's in at the moment.
Yeah, if Shane's back, then you guys will not hear from me again. But thank you guys all for bearing with me. My first time doing commentary. Had a lot of dead air to fill, so hopefully I didn't do too bad. of a
I
job,
think you did
so-
fine, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to talk about at some point. So I'll get out of your hair and let's get on with this next match.
All right. So, Pauper MTG guys, how did that match go? I mean, game 2 and 3. Sorry. Okay, so it sounds like 420 is ready while Ulu's is being set up. Ulu knows what to do. It's just going to take a little bit because it's the second hand cam. But so I'm sorry, I don't know your names. I know one of you is Jamie, right? I think.
No, I don't know why that's our email address.
Oh, that's your email.
But,
Okay.
I'm Dan, and then
Okay.
I'm Rob. Hey, what's going on, man?
All right. So yeah, I know we don't know too much about each other, but I've been a fan of your work for quite a little while. I know some people have popped in and noticed that it was you actually. How long have you guys been?
we tweeted about it, yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
us folks at Pauper_MTG, you know, pretty prolific these days.
How long have you guys been doing the Pauper thing?
We've been doing YouTube for about 2 years now, actually. We've been on a little bit of a break, but hopefully we're going to start getting back into it, you know, pretty soon.
Oh, cool. All right. What I gotta ask? What went through your minds when I first emailed you about this? Because I know you know nothing about me. I'm new to the street.
I don't know. I mean, us at Pauper_MTG, we're always down to collaborate with anybody who's into the game, you know?
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah, we tried to play in the Aaron Kane's deck box tournament, but somehow he didn't get our message, I think.
Yeah, we got booted in favor of Xbox.
Yeah, we saw it, and then we were like, oh yeah, we should do that. And then I tried to reply to him or something, and then he just didn't get it, I guess. So
That's
we
fair.
were excited to do this because we like getting out there, you know.
That's fair. That's cool. All right. So I gotta ask on everybody's mind. How did that match go for you exactly?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
How did the match go for you after game 1? Did you feel worried at all after game 1?
I don't know. Fingered Marauder is a pretty strong trump against Affinity, so, I mean...
Yeah, as long as we drew our Finger Marauder, we knew there wasn't really a whole lot he could do about that.
Did you notice that moment game 2 when he was thinking about going all in on that, like, what was it,
Yeah,
like the
he-
turn 3 ATOG?
He paused for a little bit, and we're like, please just go all in on this, because we had the Moment's Peace in hand. We were just waiting for that. So yeah, Moment's Peace and Finger Marauder are very strong against the Affinity, especially the Teamer Battle Rage ATOG.
Yeah. I think game 2 he was subconsciously thinking about Moment's Peace, but I don't think he had time because once you draw Frank Marauder, I mean, it's
Yeah,
the game's
you
kind of
really
over.
you just got to go.
Yeah.
And
You know,
hope
it's funny because game 3, he could have actually cast a Tog on turn 2, but he chose not to, and then you guys just drew Marauder, and
yeah.
All
that
according
just-
to plan.
Yeah, that just happened. You know, but I had turn 3, but yeah, Littlefield could have got you on turn 3 if you drew the battle rage and went the guy on turn 2. But yeah.
Yeah, you don't always get there, unfortunately.
That's true. Why'd you pick mono green Tron for your first time around? I gotta ask.
Well, I was thinking, I was expecting a lot of control and a lot of Burning Tree aggro, so I was trying to go for a more mid-range style deck. And with the inclusion of Self-Assembler, I mean, like, all of our creatures are going to be 2-for-1s against removal spells. Also, they have huge bodies, which are very good for blocking.
I hate that stupid
We are weak
card.
to a lot of stuff, though, but I guess we'll see how it goes.
I gotta say, Littlefield knows what I'm saying. I hate Self-Assembler with a passion.
What's wrong with Self-Assembler?
Well, you see, I used to play Standard Pauper for a little while when I was introduced to it, and every deck was literally just keep one Self-Assembler in your hand, keep 5 lands ready to go. That was the whole
really?
format, yeah. And no matter how much I begged and pleaded to get it banned, no one wanted to ban it for a while, and then I just, I don't know. I was like, all right, I'll just play it more with Flame Lash, and then, that'll be it.
Yeah.
Also, we got that game trail changeling technology.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's-
Oh yeah, that was Lobo was quite tickled by that actually. He wanted to see more of them.
All right, boys. So Aurochs Herd, all right, that gets you your game trail changeling, all right, and Self-Assembler, that gets you your game trail changeling. Boom.
I mean,
Plus,
geez,
it's
how
also
would,
an Aurochs, so it gets the +1/+0 from attacking with Aurochs Herd. So
Also, it's a sliver.
and it's a sliver,
oh my god.
if that ever comes into play.
Did you guys ever play back in the day when they had I think there was a mono green Cloud Post type of Tron deck that played Aurochs Herd?
I played Cloud Post, but mostly it was the blue-red variant. The tier 1 whatever.
Oh yeah, I remember the blue-red variant, and but I think there was a mono green variant with like Reap and Sow and Wall of Roots and stuff. It never really got much headway, but it was pretty funny.
Really, Wall of Roots. I remember that. But
Yeah, it used to play Aurochs Herd and stuff. Oh, it looks like they're ready, so I'm gonna let you guys do your thing. You guys have fun and good luck.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
I see.
All right, so we're in. All right, we're gonna get underway here then. We got 420 Dragons versus Ulu Guru.
Guru.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try to abbreviate that because there's no way I'm gonna say that right every single time. Okay, gotcha. Well, we'll go with that.
All right,
then.
Dan. Look at this one. What are we seeing here? What do you see?
Looks like we got Affinity from Ulu, and then we got 420 Dragon is playing.
Ooh, I see some combo pieces in there.
Okay. Rob, you're a big 420 Dragon fan, right?
Yeah, me and my boy 420 Dragon. I always catch his streams, my dude.
You do? Okay. What is he usually playing? Is this par for the course for 420 Dragon?
No, I was expecting. He likes to play the Monarch decks, from what I've seen. I don't know if you're familiar with the Monarch mechanic, Dan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the one that isn't it like not supposed to work outside of a certain format, but it does anyway, or something?
Yeah, it was printed in a multiplayer set, but for some reason that's legal in Pauper. If anyone in the chat knows why that's a thing,
Oh, okay.
let me know. All I know is all of the Monarch cards in Pauper are like really, really expensive. So.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yeah. So let's see.
What's that? I can't even read the card.
I can't.
The one next to Sunscape Familiar and behind Compulsive.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you.
All right. So he's got compulsive research. Is this?
I don't know. I'm checking out that Affinity hand, and I think Affinity probably is going to get this one, unless.
Yeah, double ATOG. He's going to be dropping Mirror Enforcers like there's no tomorrow pretty soon here.
Then again, I guess I don't really know how. It looks like obviously it looks like Familiar Storm, but I thought that deck had been neutered pretty severely, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm
so
curious to see how it works.
I gave you guys Dragon's list in the Skype chat. No one else can see it, but you guys can. So
Okay,
have
sure.
fun.
I don't know. It's more fun to be going blind, right?
Yeah, well, we got to be informed when we're going to shoutcast here. So.
Oh, I see.
All right, so yeah, he drops the familiar. He's got the Seagate Oracle. And then, so what do you think he's looking to do with this here then?
Honestly, if I had to guess, because I can't see the list,
Oh yeah. Sorry.
But I'm guessing he's snapping Mnemonic Wall for infinite mana.
Yep, we got Mnemonic Wall on the list.
Did I guess it? Yeah, I think I got her.
Okay, I gotcha.
Also, he has a infinite Stonehorn for no combats. So.
Okay, I gotcha. I don't think we're supposed to.
My bad. What a great commentary this has been.
This is our first time commentating on Magic, so you're gonna have to bear with us on this.
Normally our YouTube videos are just getting really drunk and playing bad Magic.
Yep. So Affinity's crashing in, takes the free block with Seagate Oracle, and then takes a 8 ATOG comes down. How long do you think it would take this double ATOG even? How long do you think it takes this familiar thing to get set up? Is he going to be able to pull out of this, or is he just going to get overrun?
Another victim of Affinity in the Just for Fun room, boys.
It's not even the Just for Fun room. The Just for Tournaments room is what we call it.
The Just for Community Pauper thing room.
Yeah. Kind of surprised to see it twice in a row. I know it's a really popular deck.
Affinity is so strong. Everything they have is just so much better than everybody else.
Well, and it's like, I don't know what they would even do to like get Affinity out if they wanted it out of the Pauper meta, you know?
Ban the artifact lands.
Okay, yeah, I guess that would do a pretty good job. You would not have Affinity without artifact lands.
And that's what they did with Standard back in the day.
I suppose that's true.
If you're listening, Wizards,
I mean, honestly, as we've already demonstrated, I don't think Affinity is just so unbeatable that, like, you got to get rid of it.
I don't know, man. He had a pretty convincing game one, and I don't like to lose games. So.
Okay, you're right. Matches are irrelevant, only games. We've got
to game trail change.
You have to.
Okay. All right, what are we looking at here?
He
doesn't seem anywhere close to comboing out. Well, I could be wrong. Actually.
He's Storm Count 2. Is that relevant in this? I know it's up on the side there, but...
Well, let's see what he does.
All right, he's got...
He can snap, and he can play Mnemonic Wall. All right, does he?
Well, he doesn't have it. He's tapped out right now, so...
Well, not for long.
Oh, yeah, okay. Snap, right.
So he's going to Impulse looking for Mnemonic... Wait, no, he has Mnemonic Wall. See the cards.
It's fine.
We're doing great.
Do you want to get closer so you can see the cards?
No, I'm okay. Got my telescope.
Okay, he plays the Mnemonic Wall.
Okay, so Mnemonic Wall right now costs 3, right?
Yes.
And Snap costs 1. And he's generating... So he can... I don't think he's netting mana here with this, is he?
No.
Because if he's netting mana, that's just a game.
Right. Well, he doesn't have... I suppose, yeah, because he can draw cards for days with that.
Pretty much, yeah.
But no, he needs one more familiar to net... Or no, he needs 2 more, doesn't he? Yeah, because he needs... Oh, no, he gets 4 mana. And Snap costs...
Snap costs 1, Mnemonic Wall costs 3.
Okay. So he needs 1 more familiar to actually net mana off of it.
Which he just drew, but he can't play a land yet?
I don't think so, no. Okay, so yeah, he had to pass turn there. So if he doesn't have an answer to that this turn, then 420 Dragons can potentially win next turn. He's got all the preordains in the world.
Yeah, he doesn't have a fling or anything, so, I mean, as long as he, yeah. Really, with the Mnemonic Wall. Can he get that back? Oh, wait, no, he has Ghostly Flicker in hand.
Yeah, okay, so he can, yeah. Okay, so he's kind of baiting here. That's making you sack an artifact.
Well, yeah, okay. So 420 Dragons got this one, I think.
You think so?
Yeah, quite the turnaround. I didn't expect that.
Well, I mean,
get ran over by the Affinity bus.
Yeah, I mean, he almost did. I guess the Snap returning ETOG is pretty good. Yeah, he didn't. Well, he's taken 4 there. It goes down to 8.
Yeah, okay.
Replays the ATOG and then...
Yeah, 420 Dragons got card draw for days, and he has infinite mana, so I mean...
Yeah, well, he's only got the 3 preordains, doesn't he? If he doesn't get anything off the...
Doesn't he have...
Oh, no, that's...
Impulse.
Impulse? Okay.
Yeah, top 5, you can pick one, I think.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
4. Yeah, I think it's top 4. I'd be able to tell you if I can see the cards.
Stop.
I'm not mad. I'm not even mad.
No, it's bad.
Alright, he's drawing Ghostly Flicker.
He's got 2 Ghostly Flickers in hand. He's got
Infinite
that
mana,
other...
infinite card draw with Seagate Oracle, and yeah, this game's over.
You think so?
Yep.
All right, Rob's calling it. I'm not going to put any money down on that because I'm not too sure, but...
It's because Dan can't read the cards either.
I know what they all are. We got 2 Ghostly Flickers, we got the Familiar, we got 2 Preordained.
You can't see it, but he's literally pointing at the screen right now.
What's wrong with that? I'm making hand gestures. That's what I do. I got to do things with my hands, otherwise I freak out. He passed turn there though. Okay, see, he didn't even win the game.
What?
He passed turn.
How did you not win the game?
He just played his. Or no, he didn't.
Why didn't you play that Familiar?
What did? Oh, he played the Lone Missionary. I guess.
Is he trying to drag it out? Is he trying to be funny?
He doesn't think the 2 Preordains are going to get him there.
He has doesn't he have that fucking? Oh, sorry, excuse my language. What is it? Forbidden Alchemy. Doesn't he have that in the graveyard?
Nah, not that I'm aware of. He played not the Forbidden Alchemy.
I think the 2 Preordains could probably get you there. No. He has infinite card draw with Ghostly Flicker and infinite mana as well.
How's he infinite? Oh yeah, because he can just get the no, because he needs to get Snap and Ghostly Flicker back.
Oh yeah, I suppose. Okay, never mind. I'm dumb. Still.
Yeah.
I'm calling it for 420 Dragon.
All right. Well, you're the number 1 420 Dragon fanboy, so I don't think your opinion really counts for much here. I think it's still anyone's game at this point. He's got the Perilous Research. So I wonder if he's running the Acre Wellspring for the combo with that, or he'll just sack.
Well, likely. I mean, this is pretty par for the course for Affinity. I'm not seeing anything interesting in this guy's list.
Okay, I gotcha.
Still is Affinity, and it's very strong.
I mean, yeah, you can the general Affinity shell, and you can kind of fiddle with it as you please. But in general, you're going to be running, ATOG, the Affinity cards, and all that.
Yeah, so. I guess his Perilous Research is like a one of maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not a filthy Affinity player.
Oh, stop.
Listen, I'm not trying to cast any shade, but I hate you.
I mean, this is a competitive environment. This is exactly... Okay, yep, that's going to get you somewhere.
I think that's his win con.
That's the win con?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, because he can just flicker mnemonic.
Okay, yeah, okay, because he's got the infinite mana here, so he can just keep doing that. Or no, he didn't play the...
he doesn't have infinite mana here because
he didn't play the Familiar.
Snap, but, yeah.
Okay, I gotcha. Right, because he didn't play the other Familiar, so the Mnemonic Wall's not netting him mana yet.
He just has tap 1 blue, return permanent to your hand, make you discard a card.
That's pretty good. Okay, you got the ATOG again. That's 2 ATOGs.
Alright, so enter the scoop phase for Uluru Guru.
We're just going to call him Ulu.
That's not his name, though, Dan.
Well...
Pauper _ MTG.
Stop. Alright, Oh, did he scoop?
Yep, looks like that's it.
All right, yeah, that's fair. That's a fair concession. I would make that concession.
But what does the chat say?
Let's find out. Yep. Also plays the white. Yep. 420 Dragon OP. Okay, yep. The chat siding with Rob.
Oh hell yeah, 420 Dragon, my boy.
Yep.
He's just blasting those dank blunts all day.
That's right. That's what you gotta do, really. All right, so we're going to sideboarding here. So what do you think?
Ooh, what's all this?
All right, this is we got 420 Dragon sideboard here. He looks like he's got 3 Hydroblast, 2 Lone Missionary, 4 Prismatic Strands, 3 Circle of Protection Blue, 2 Dispel, and 1 Cloud Chaser Eagle.
I don't know what Cloud Chaser is, but he's
going to click on it for us. Here it comes.
Oh, hell yeah.
When it comes into the battlefield, destroy target permanent. Okay, or enchantment, sorry. Permanent would be really good.
Cloud Chaser Eagle.
Yep, that'd be pretty insane. You'd be seeing that in every white deck. So what do you think he brings in here?
I'm going to say he's going to take out those Lone Missionaries, because who needs Lone Missionaries? He's going to bring in 3 Hydroblast. You don't? Because he hates ATOG, right? And 3 Circle of Protection Blue. Just in case he plays Gearseeker Serpent. I know we didn't see it, boys.
Well, I'm sure he's playing some amount of Gearseeker Serpent. I don't know. Like, I don't know if... I'm sure most people don't run that as a 4 of, but I can only imagine that... most Affinity players are going to play that in some capacity. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think the Circle of Protection blue is quite what he wants there.
Are you kidding me?
All right, we're back in the game.
Back in the game.
What do we got here?
We got a turn 1 Ash Barrens. He didn't cycle it. Okay, that makes sense because he has the bounce lands in hand.
Yep. All right, so looking at this, Rob, you're kind of a combo player yourself. Is this a good 420 Dragon's hand? Is this a winning hand?
I don't think 420 Dragon can lose.
All right.
I'm dreading next week when we have to.
We don't play him next week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we play Mikey Ruru next week, so.
I don't think Green Tron has any game against this, to be honest.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, so this looks kind of a slow hand for Affinity. He's got the Flaring Pain, so I'm guessing he's expecting a fog effect of some sort.
Little does he know, he's only got Circle of Protection blue.
Prismatic Strands, isn't that a fog thing?
Oh yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
What does Flaring Pain read?
It's damage can't be prevented this turn and has a flashback of 1 red.
Sure.
But yeah, he's got the Fling in the hand with no ATOG. If he draws the ATOG, it's pretty good because... Prismatic Strands does get around that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's protection from a color.
Okay.
I don't know that he necessarily brought that in, though.
I mean, it seems pretty good if you're worried about having an ATOG flung at you.
Yeah.
That's something I would definitely consider if I had a sideboard with Prismatic Strands in it.
I would take Hydroblast because that makes you sack your ATOG as well.
I guess, but I mean...
Oh, okay, fair enough.
All right, just inform that protection is prevention, so that does not work.
Don't tell me how to play Magic, disembodied voice.
We must sound pretty schizophrenic to the rest of the chat right now. Everyone's like, why did people sub to these guys?
By the way, follow us on Twitter at RealPauperMTG. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/PauperMTG. Go to our Patreon.
Oh, yeah. All right, so he's got 2 familiars. He's snapping up that Mirror Enforcer, which isn't really going to set Affinity back too much because he can just play that for free again. But you got to do what you got to do. He's got Convulsive Research, Fistful of Mole Drifters, and he did bring in the Hydroblast.
Boom, told you.
So, Rob, you called it.
Circle of Protection blue, so he can counter his Hydroblast.
What?
I got nothing.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, sure.
What do we got here? All right, he's snapping up the other one.
All right, he's got his combo piece in the form of... That's going to be quite good, actually, if you can stick that.
Oh, that's another Mole Drifter, okay. That's a cool art for that. I like that better than the original art.
I'm talking about the
yeah,
rocks,
I know. I'm just saying the card
his name is.
Okay.
Stonehorn.
Yep. So yeah, he can basically make him skip his attack phase forever, which makes that Flaring Pain pretty worthless, unfortunately.
Yeah, all right. So what does he need to hit here?
I mean, I guess if he's got Galvanic Blast, he can just keep. Well, he can blow up his win cons in the. Well, no, because
he doesn't have Galvanic Blast though.
Well, he doesn't have it, but if he draws it.
Yeah, I guess. So he needs Demonic Wall.
Because
and then that's pretty much
right now, 420 is a little. Well, no, because he's got the Hydroblast, but he doesn't have any Ghostly Flickers to protect his creatures right now. Is what I'm guessing he's looking for next. But yeah, this is not a very threatening hand from Affinity, so he's going to find those. Unfortunately, oh no, he's already at 9. So yeah, this could be. He might be getting run over a little bit here. I wasn't looking at the life totals, unfortunately.
Yeah, that fling is going to be quite good if you can manage to draw that ATOG.
Yep, because he doesn't have. Okay.
All right, so there's the Ghostly Flicker.
Yep. Now he just needs.
I wonder if those things stack. Like, if he flickers them both, can he make you skip the next 2, or is it just?
I would assume that doesn't work. Okay. I think it says the wording is like the next.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Well, the next after the next one then.
I get that.
I don't even know how to play Magic. What am I doing here?
How did we win?
Because Affinity is so bad that literally anything can beat it.
Oh, that's exactly the opposite of what we were just saying, Rob. Okay. You're so contradictory.
And we're here, we're all having a fun time.
This is a good night.
We're playing some Magic. We're watching some Magic. It's all good.
Yep. But, yeah, okay, so he can Now that he's got the ghostly flicker, he's okay. So
Who's wrong now, Dan?
apparently, I'm wrong. I'm gonna actually tell people what we're talking about because otherwise they wouldn't know.
Dan,
Otherwise,
can
the Stonehorn Dignitary ability does stack.
So if you flicker 2 of them, boom. The next 2, you can't even attack.
That's pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's pretty good.
Oh, dude, your neighbors line up fireworks.
Oh yeah, I hope. Okay, each goes in the effect zone, and then 1 is removed at a time. That's interesting. I would not have known that otherwise, and I guess.
Actually, you say that they can't hear the disembodied voice, but I feel like the speaker or the microphone might pick up the speaker.
I don't hope. I hope that's not the case. Otherwise, this would be a little weird.
Yeah, we do an open microphone setup, so everything you say is potentially heard.
I don't
by everybody.
think so. I feel like people would be saying something about that.
We don't have the stream open, so we can't really tell.
All right, I'm gonna open the stream then. No one said anything about it.
Good. Stay silent.
Okay, so he's flickering. He's got 2 free, and then those Mole Drifters. Okay, yeah, 420 Dragons might have this again just on Mole Drifter beats. While yeah, so he needs to if it needs to see an ATOG here, otherwise it's over. In the next 2 turns, he's got 2 turns to hit ATOG, and even then. I suppose, yeah, the ATOG will do it because, oh no, he's got a Hydroblast, that's right. Yeah, okay, so looks like...
420 Dragon does it again.
Yep, Rob's going to sleep good tonight knowing that his hero 420 Dragons has...
I'll be hugging my 420 Dragon body pillow.
Oh, that's an image I'm going to have to sleep with tonight, unfortunately. I'm not sleeping good tonight.
You could be sleeping with me.
Yes. All right. So this is the end here.
This is it, boys.
Yep. Unless he is he gonna fling to kill the Mole Drifter in like a last ditch attempt, but he's got the Hydroblast, so
oh, it's not even gonna
he's
work.
hovering the Hydroblast too because he knows he's like, oh, he's got something, but I'm gonna counter it.
Should have brought in Circle of Protection Blue Affinity. What were you thinking? Did you pack that in your sideboard?
I would be surprised if Affinity packed that in his sideboard. But I guess I don't know. Yep, all right, so that's a concession. 420 Dragons wins the match.
2-0 even, not even a contest.
Well, I mean, it could have easily gone the other way. Affinity can get out. I mean, that was kind of a slow hand he had game 2 because he had the fling, he didn't get the ATOG, and he kind of just came in with fast.
You're an Affinity apologist, Dan.
Well... I feel like if I weren't, there would just be 2 guys sitting here talking about how much they hate Affinity, and I don't know.
That's what they wanted when they made this stream, right?
No, I didn't ask, I guess.
Chat, if you hate Affinity, you say you do. So we know who to block.
They were earlier talking about how much fun Affinity is, actually, so I don't think you're going to get a lot of support on this one, Rob, unfortunately.
Bummer.
They're going to be divided because you like 420 Dragons, but you hate Affinity, so you're a very divisive figure in the Magic community already.
His name's not 420 Dragons.
Isn't it?
It's 420 Dragon.
Oh.
What do you think? It's like a collective of dragons?
That's what I imagined, yes. All right.
Dan's reflecting on his whole life now. He's like, oh, God.
All right.
You guys are too funny, I'll tell you
How many
that.
times have I incorrectly called somebody something?
I just have to delete my account now.
For as nervous as you both sounded as hilarious as I thought.
Nervous? Are you kidding me, dude? I've been doing this for fucking 2 years now.
Well, except for the whatever. You're doing it again where people are going to think you're crazy because no one called you nervous from their perspective.
All right, so you guys said you're not used to commentating. How did that feel?
Not used to commentating.
I mean, we're used to not like on other.
Well, I mean live commentating. You get the point.
I don't know. Hopefully we didn't sound too deranged, but.
Well,
Yeah.
it did sound like one of you is talking to another voice that we could all hear in your head. If
Oh,
that
okay.
makes you feel better.
Well, we are.
Yeah, that's. I don't know
Although
who you guys
one
are talking to someone else.
one question from the chat was which one's the big spoon and the little spoon. Apparently,
Dan's the big spoon. I'm
Yep.
the little spoon.
Yep.
Oh my
So
god.
hopefully that puts that to rest. That's
And-
something we get a lot, but we haven't commented on it until now.
420 Dragon is the bowl we all jump into.
Right.
All
What a bowl
All
it
right.
is.
Well,
Oh, that's a multi-layer joke right there,
Oh
too.
my
Because to
God.
get the bowl, like, okay.
I mean, Wizards flavor text genius.
So yeah, if you guys came expecting something insightful from your commentary, unfortunately you didn't get it this time. But
I
hopefully,
think we got the comedy out of the way.
right. Well, I hope you enjoyed it all the same then.
Yo.
All right. Well, looks like it's going to be 420 Dragon and I for the next match. Pauper and TG guys, Dan and Rob, you guys have been great. I
All right.
can't wait till next week when you both commentate again if you want. So you guys can commentate all you want.
We're looking forward to it too. Thanks for having us.
It's no problem. All right.
Hey,
so,
guys.
I gotta ask, was there really did you have to make a deck like that? Is there really a reason to?
Wait, this is my favorite deck ever. I mean, of course I'm gonna play it.
My God.
I
it's
mean,
funny.
I honestly don't think it's that bad. I
was-
think it's actually pretty decent.
I was gonna do a recording with it like twice. I promised myself I'd do it, and I get too bored. I just can't do it.
I mean, yeah, I guess I could see that. It is definitely a lot of clicks, but I don't know. For me, hold on, sorry, I'm getting feedback here. For me, I just like that was just the deck I started when I started playing Pauper. I mean, I guess I really started with Delver back in the Treasure Cruise days, but immediately once I figured out, like once I got my bearings in Pauper, sort of, that was the deck I went to because I was really obsessed with combo at the time,
Yeah.
and
Well, you used to play a lot of Blue Red Drake, right? That's when I first met you.
I actually made that deck. I believe I was the first to 5-0 with it. I 5-0'd on the day it came out. I remember the night before I was testing with my friend. He was on Delver, and I was playing my Blue Red Drake list that I had.
Yeah,
made.
you were.
And-
You were the inspiration for my article when it first came out, and I went 4-1, losing 2 Affinity, and then I said, you know what, the hell with it, I'm gonna buy my Gorilla Shamans, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, I just remember the night before I was playing against my friend on Mono Blue Delver because I hate Delver. That's like the thing that kills me
Yeah.
every single time.
Yeah.
So I just remember I played a match against him, and he's a great player. His friend's Nathan. I mean, his name's Nathan Calvin. But anyway, one of the games I mulliganed all the way down to 4 and just easily destroyed him with Drake, and it was so sick. And I was just like, this is definitely broken.
You know, the funny story actually. The first Dragon deck I played was the Tron deck, and I don't remember who created it. It wasn't Lobo yet. Lobo didn't refine it yet, and we have a fun tournament. If anybody wants to compete in the chat over on gatherling.com, I'll put it in right now. It's going to happen tomorrow. It's called Pauper Classic Tuesdays. I know a lot of you probably don't know what it is. Ulu Guru competes in it a lot. Genstikov competes in it when he has time. I host it. I am one of the assistant admins of the site, which is pretty cool. And the matches are not done, Deluxikov. We are getting ready for Mikey Ruru versus, how do you say this person's name? Saitama?
Saitama, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Saitama. Kung Fu Trees could not make it this week. Like we said, tomorrow is July 4th. So we are filling in for Kung Fu Trees, his fill-in for this week. So yeah. Unfortunately, also, Deluxikov, Shane was supposed to be here tonight, but he's having trouble. So
Is he
he's
still
not.
having trouble?
Yeah, he's still having
That's
trouble.
unfortunate.
Unfortunately. So. Okay. Mikey, get into the Hangouts, bro. We need
I'm
you.
really excited to see what Mikey's playing this week.
Yeah, so am I. I'm really excited. I actually have not looked at what he plays yet.
Yeah, he's got a very wide range. I've seen him play tons of stuff, like on his YouTube, on his stream. He's just it really is. I really do have no idea what he's playing.
Mikey is definitely one of the better players. I definitely expect him to be in this tournament for a long time.
Yeah,
I
that
definitely
being
expect
said, I also do think, like, honestly, I think that Kung Fu Trees is the best Pauper player right now. And I don't think it's, like, that close.
I think even Mikey Ruru would admit that. I think Kung Fu Trees is probably the one that's been doing consistently the best.
Yeah,
I think
like just him coming on the scene. I remember I first saw the blue-red Delver deck. I was like, oh, the deck's garbage. Like I've played against blue-red Delver a million times.
You know,
it's
that's funny. I never thought the deck was garbage because it played Scred. Scred's one of my favorite cards. I knew once he added Augur of Bolas to the deck, I knew that something was there.
Yeah, I mean, I just mostly remember like back in the day, like playing against like Swift Water Cliffs lists and just like kind of like just like not very tuned blue-red Delver decks. But like once I played against Kung Fu Trees a couple times in his list, I knew that it was just absurd. I could just tell I would just lose over and over again.
Actually, I think funny enough, Kung Fu Trees won an award from Deluxikov in one of his videos. I was watching it earlier.
Yeah, I was actually just watching that video.
Yeah. Deluxikov, I gotta say, if you could help us out with graphics and whatnot, dude, I will give you a free plug every single week for the rest of this tournament's time. And all right, sweet. All right, he apparently already emailed. I mean, to be honest, everybody, Deluxikov was originally supposed to be in the first season, but he is a family man. He is a father. He does not have time, unfortunately. So maybe one day, if I can get him in here for an exhibition match, or if I can get him in here as a fill-in for somebody, I would have no problem with that. But yeah.
So what do you think?
Go ahead.
What do you think that Kung Fu Trees is on?
Well, I know what they're on. I don't know. I don't.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not allowed to tell anybody.
All right. Well, all right. My speculations. I think that they're going to be on
Yeah.
I think that they're going to be on probably either Delver or maybe Dinrovatron. Those are just like the two decks that I've seen them have the most success with, and I also mentioned decks in general.
All right. Well, I can see Mikey Rue's deck list. Which one is? Mikey Rue is not on a deck that I would ever think he's on. I'll say that.
Okay, but that's making me think like Stompy or something.
Where's Kung Fu Trees? I know he sent it to me at some point. I just don't remember where. Zane, do we have Kung Fu Trees list somewhere? Which is probably a dumb question because I know it's somewhere. I can tell everybody right now that Shane and Jenstikov is going to be the funniest match when it actually happens. Also, for anyone who's wondering, if that match does not happen tonight, it will happen next week. ML Lobo, due to the fact that he lives on a European time schedule, when he plays his match at the time that we start, it's like 1 or 2 in the morning. So he's always going to play first. Whoever's playing, everybody in this event has been briefed on that. So if basically the second match of next week will be Jen against Shane, and then they will both play against their other matches later on. So next week will probably be a longer night than usual if you want to prepare. We're still going to start at 8 p.m. Maybe we'll start 10 minutes earlier just for ML Lobo's sake or something like that, but we'll see. I wish I knew where Kung Fu Trees' list was.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll get into it shortly, and we'll be able to see. But I do think that it should be a very good matchup, these two players, even though...
Okay, so it sounds like we're ready. It's just Zane needs to find their match at some point. I have Mikey Ruru's list. I have Mikey Ruru's list. No hints. I'm not going to give any hints.
Do you think you could put that in the Skype?
Yeah. Well, Zane can show you because he can share his screen.
Okay, cool.
He has it too. I think Kung Fu Trees only sent it to him, his list. I think Kung Fu Trees did not send it to me. I think he may have forgot because everyone else sent theirs to me except for Ulu and him. I guess I see how it is, Ulu. That's fine. I'm
pretty sure I only sent my list to one person, so I must not.
Yeah, you only sent it to me, I think.
Zane, yeah.
But no, you sent me yours, or unless he forwarded.
No, I must not have sent it to Zane. Is what I meant. Is what I said.
Oh, yeah.
Rather.
Yeah. All right, so it looks like we're gonna start.
We should be getting into the match, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get up for a second because my cat's destructive and about to break something. So, Dragon, just hold it down for a sec.
Yep. All right, so we should be getting into it here soon. Gonna go ahead and close my Magic Online, and this should be a sweet match. I know Kung Fu Trees said that he tested with Saitama for the to build the Bug Tron deck that he actually won the Pauper Challenge with a couple weeks ago. So I'm sure that Saitama is a great player, and we all know that Mikey Ruru is an awesome player, and I think this should be a great match, and I'm very excited to see it. So now that I'm alone, we get to talk about Esper Familiars more. So yeah.
Really? Really?
All right, we're back.
They're both on it? Oh my god.
Oh, okay, what's going on? Let me see.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, really? They're both on this deck? This is Mikey Ruru's deck. He's on red deck wins, particularly something close to what Littlefield played last season.
Yeah,
So,
I can't see anything here on stream. Yeah. I was just letting them know. But yeah, I don't know.
Trees is probably on Delver.
Yeah, that's
he
that
is.
too.
Exactly
He
what
is.
he's on.
Okay. Is it since we're talking about what people are on? Can you let me in on the secret? What's Mikey on?
I said Mikey Ruru's on red deck wins.
Oh, right. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's cool.
What do you think about red deck wins? I never thought that deck was that great.
You know what's funny? I honestly thought the deck was kind of a joke in the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I really did. But then, the problem with goblins is that they're like the -1/-1 and the electrickery and all that stuff became so good that having just a red deck win style, just a fast-paced play 2/2 after 2/2 after 2/2 type of style it really is just better.
I mean, the thing for me is that I never thought Goblins was good either. I think they're both just worse than Stompy.
Well, I think Goblin. You know where Goblin shines and Stompy doesn't. Goblin shines against the more hardcore control decks because with Goblins you get the extra reach.
Oh,
You
yeah,
get
that's true. I do.
You also get Pyroblast plus
Fire Blast or no Pyroblast? You're right.
Pyroblast plus it's in his goddamn hand. All right. What is the guy with the kicker that I'm missing?
Goblin Bushwhacker. Yeah.
Goblin Bushwhacker. There you go. And you can force that through. With Stompy, it's really just they can counter every pump spell. They can remove in response. Vines of Aspwood is really all you have. You have to play in such a different way when you're playing Stompy. But with red deck wins or goblins, you can just go balls to the wall. Don't give a crap.
Yeah. One card I really like in Goblins, or actually I kind of hate because I'm usually playing against it, is Goblin Sledder. I think that card's actually just so annoying to play against.
Goblin Sledder.
All right, sick.
So it looks like they both have very, very good hands. Who won the die roll? Do we know? Okay, so Mikey's up first. His hand's pretty good, but I'm pretty sure unless he draws a creature, we're going to see a Goblin Bushwhacker coming down turn 2 and attacking for 5.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think Mikey's hand is that great. I think it's honestly kind of lackluster.
I think it's okay. Okay, now it's bad. I was like, I think it's okay if he draws another creature. Now.
Yeah. Kung Fu Tree's Saitama's hand, rather, is actually pretty insane here. I think that's a great hand. Other than the 2 tap lands, which are going to definitely slow him down a bit, I think he's definitely in a pretty good spot to win this game.
For sure. Hey, Goblin Guy, what's going on, dude? Kung Fu wins already.
I just mean
that's a good
the
one.
opener.
Oh, but unfortunately he's gonna walk into a lightning bolt, and it's gonna get met with a Megenic Growth, and then that's gonna get met with a blocker. So Micro might not be doing too well right now. I mean, Kung Fu Trees is playing the deck that he knows best, but do remember he's not allowed to play this archetype again. He can play blue-red puzzle control. He could play blue-red Curse the Bloody Tome. I don't care which. He's just not allowed to play this blue-red deck again. So he got his chance. He better 3-0 with it if he wants to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm scared. I have to play him next week, and this is definitely not a deck that I want to match up against. Yeah.
Really? What is it a bad matchup for you? I guess it is because he has the burn spells.
Yeah, it's definitely close. I'm playing all these Circle of Protections and stuff like that, but
yeah.
It is. I mean, that any deck is just you don't want to face off against Blue Red Delver. That deck's so good. Wow. I mean, it looks like Mikey might be able to. Yeah, no, I meant you don't want to face off against Blue Red Delver with any deck, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like Mikey Ruru is actually doing a pretty good job with his red deck.
Oh wait, right. I'm sorry. He didn't have 3 mana up last turn. Wow, I'm going nuts. The lightning bolt was successfully met with mutagenic growth. Actually, I think Blue Red Delver might be dead here soon.
Yeah, it almost looks like it. He's got the heal cutter's doing a ton of.
He's got the bull. He's at 1. I don't know what he can do.
That might just be GG. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I just noticed the bolt.
Oh, but he has to take out the spell starter sprite, or else he would be able to chump block the goblin heal cutter.
Can you see the screen share right now?
I cannot on Skype. I cannot see it right now for whatever reason.
All right. Well, it looks like Mikey Ruru wins game 1 in quite quick fashion. I can go look at his list. Yeah, Zane's gonna try to reshare. Let me know if it works for you.
Yeah. I can't. You're trying on Skype? I can't see it.
Really?
I can try recalling maybe.
Yeah, that might work.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. All right, that was my bad. I think I declined the video share the first time around.
That is no problem at all. All right, so we need Kung Fu's list, Zane, if you can find it. I already have Mr. Ruru's. Mr. Ruru's sideboard is 4 Electricity, 3 Flame Slash, 3 Flaring Pain, 4 Pyroblast, and the 1 of Gorilla Shaman for funsies. So we definitely know the 4 Pyroblast are coming in.
Yeah.
Electricity is probably coming in. Maybe not all 8, but some number of them.
Yeah, Electricity. He's got 4 Electricities on the board. That's kind of a lot. I guess when you're red deck, you don't have that much.
He's pretty much playing Littlefield's list. He's got 4 Mutagenic Growth, Reckless Abandons, Fire Blast, but also he's got the new Burning Tree Emissary. I think that card added a lot to red deck wins.
Yeah, I think that deck is definitely it did add a lot. What do you think about Reckless Abandon in this matchup? I think it's kind of bad because it's easily countered.
I don't like it very much. I mean, it makes Spellstarter Sprite way too good.
That's true. That's true. Spellstarter Sprite's already insane. It doesn't need to be that good.
Oh, and here's Kung Fu Tree's list. It looks like his typical list.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the main deck Dispel. I think that card's great.
Oh, it looks like they're already playing. And Mikey Ruru's already done damage?
No, I think that looks like that's last game. That's last game.
Yeah, this is last game. Looks like they're still sideboarding. No problem, Zane.
Alrighty. But could we bring up the list again, maybe? Yeah, he's got 3 Gush. I've seen a couple lists running around with 2 Gush lately, which I don't know how I feel about.
I still play, I think, like 1 Gush, 1 Deep Analysis, and something else.
I don't know, but I mean, Deep Analysis and Delver, that's just so expensive and clunky. Like
I play like more of a control style. That's why. He's playing 4 Augur of Bolus and only 3 Counterspell. That's interesting.
What do you think about the spontaneous mutation in the sideboard? That's very interesting.
I don't know what that does. I don't even know what that is.
It's a 1 mana. Hold on, let me look it up. It's a 1 mana enchantment for a blue from Shadows over Innistrad.
Oh yeah, I think that card's actually pretty good. It kills. It's like a 5th Skred almost, isn't it? Because it deals with like Mirror Enforcer, things like that.
Yeah, that's true. I do like it a lot. And it's even kind of good against Atog. I mean, not really, but like.
I mean, you might even see it here just because it's 1 mana deal with the creature forever.
I think you probably will, honestly. I would be surprised if you didn't.
All right, so.
Wow,
that's an interesting hand.
Yeah, for both players, actually.
Yeah. Well, actually, Mikey's kind of sucks.
Yeah, I agree.
He needs second land, or else he's not doing anything. But.
Yeah, Kung Fu. That hand is weird.
What is his name again? Tree? Sorry. Saitama. Saitama's hand is. I mean, it's got 1 land, but it's got 2 removal spells. Yeah, he kept it. And a Fairy Miscreant. If he draws a second land, the hand only gets better.
Yeah, on the play, too, I think that is a little worse. I'd rather have that hand on the drop. But
Mikey Ruru top decked it, but it's going to get met with. Oh, no, he's going for Preordain. If he misses here.
If he pyros it, that would be kind of insane. Oh my god,
he's gonna pyro!
That's crazy.
He's banking on him not having a second land, and it's gonna pay off. And he draws a replacement pyro.
Wow, this is kind of insane. All right.
Oh man. All right, so here comes one of the cards that we were gonna see off Preordain. It was another fairy miscreant. And
Oh,
here
that's
comes the
good.
other card.
Oh,
This
draws
is
it.
Augur
No.
Bolus.
Okay.
Yeah, but now he gets the Electrickery.
Oh, that's insane. I think Mikey Rue is just gonna win.
Yeah. I think he might just run away with the game.
Wow, he can't even do anything. He can hide.
If he
but-
can't
And
get a
he's-
second land, this game's over.
He's gonna get pyroed out here.
Yeah, he should have just Hydroblasted on main phase if he wanted to get it done.
Yeah,
I think that was kind of an ambitious mistake.
That might have been a mistake, yeah. I mean, I guess he might want to protect against Bushwhacker, which is pretty reasonable. He does have Bushwhacker in his hand, but with the second pyro, he just can't win with that line.
Yeah. Littlefield's got it right. Mikey Ruru is the top deck king.
Double mountain. Oh, triple mountain's not exactly where you want to be.
I don't think he cares anymore.
Yeah, he seems
He's going to
pretty
Hydroblast it, but he's going to take 6, go to 2, and Lightning Bolt to the face, and that's going to be game. How long was that?
That was very quick.
I think that was less than 10 minutes for the entire 2 matches, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh, yeah, it seems like it. That's ridiculous.
I mean, that is your Pauper King, ladies and gentlemen. That is Mikey Ruru.
It's Winstack. It definitely can have some insane draws like that.
You know, it's funny because I know, like, we all know Mikey Ruru for playing, you know, like these control decks or mid-range decks, but not hardcore balls to the wall aggro.
Yeah, I mean, I usually know him for playing the, of course,
The
100 card
100
teachings.
Yeah, I know he's gonna. I know he's gonna bring it. I can't wait. I can't wait for him to bring it.
He's got it, right? Maybe 1 or 2 to beat the other players who bring it.
I really just
yeah,
can't.
I mean, this red deck, it's pretty crazy.
Fast and loose, baby. That's how you do it.
I mean, I don't know. What do you think about the keep there from Kung Fu Trees on the play? I almost want to say it was a mistake.
No, I don't think it was a mistake. I think it was fine. It's just he got unfortunately caught with having to preordain, getting a Pyroblasted, and Mikey Ruru just he had the Burning Tree Emissary into a 2/2, drew a third land and a Pyroblast, and just it just didn't work out. I think it was a fine keep though. I would have done it.
Yeah. What do you think about the Pyroblast on preordain? That is just mind-boggling to me. Whenever I make that.
You know what it is? I think what Mikey Ruru basically said there was, all right, you got me. If you have a second land, like, you know, it's fine. But I think what Mikey Ruru thought was, all right, you're on the play, not the draw. Maybe he doesn't have a second land because if I can catch you without one, I just win.
Yeah, that is the thing about playing against Delver sometimes. They do sometimes just not have a second land. And especially if you're able to interact with their cantrips, you can just shut them
Oh,
out.
wait, he literally told Mikey Ruru in the chat that he... Okay, well, maybe Mikey Ruru got some help there, I guess.
Well,
okay.
Yeah,
well,
I mean...
All right, well, then
why would
here's
you do that?
the question. Mr. Ruru, would you have done it if he didn't already tell you? Would you have Pyroblasted there on the preordain anyway?
I mean, that's a rigged question, right? Like, you can't... Like, once you have the info, you
Oh, hey, it's Tao
can't
the
go back.
Ninja.
Like...
Tao, what's going on, dude?
Oh, hey, what's up? I was watching your stream when you were playing the challenge the other weekend.
Yeah, congratulations on,
congrats.
I think the second place, unfortunately.
Congratulations and big rubbins.
Yeah.
But yeah, do we know if we're gonna get?
No,
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
Shane.
it looks like we're done for the day.
Yeah. All right. So all right. Well, Mr. Dragon, it's been fun. I think Zane and I are just gonna end it for now. If you don't mind, you can say if you want. It's okay with you. I don't mind. You can say in the chat.
Yeah. All right. Well, this was definitely very fun, and have a good time. This
I
is definitely
certainly
very
look
fun.
forward to next week. I really do.
Yeah, definitely. Except for the fact that I have to play Kung Fu Trees.
Yeah. Well. Okay. You actually have to play Kung Fu Trees, so.
Yeah,
get
yeah.
used to that. I don't know. I think Kung Fu Trees, if his replacement's going to give off information like that, might he might be regretting it a little bit right now.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of sweet because he's playing his marquee deck. That's definitely the Kung Fu Trees deck, and I think
Yeah.
I'm definitely a 420 Dragon deck. So we'll see how
For
it
sure.
goes.
All right. Well,
Anyway, have a good one. I'll be logging off.
You too. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week. Zane, why don't you come in here and say hello to everybody since you've been quiet? Yeah, come in. All right. Guys, let us know when you can hear Zane.
I know when they will.
Oh no, Mike would have held up the bolt. He wouldn't have even. That game would have been so much different if Mike Ruru just didn't have that extra information.
Oh, for sure. That information does change the game entirely. But you know, it comes down to that. I mean, that was a really interesting play. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I would have been aggressive and done that. That sounds like a me play. That sounds like a me play. The old Pyroblast.
I think he would have done it.
The old Pyroblast on the cantrip play. Oh, dude, I love the loose plays. But
yeah.
It's been an excellent week. I think we had some really good matches. Very drawn out matches and very quick matches in both. Like I think you could see like in match. Let's go match by match. We'll say the first match, right?
Right.
That was.
All right, so what we just saw was Kung Fu versus Mikey Roo, and Mikey won.
Yes.
2-0,
Yeah,
right?
I recorded that.
Okay.
So the first match was Math Guy and Lovebo, and we saw that Math Guy was on
Tron. Dinrover Tron against not exactly Turbo Fog. I forget what they call it, but the deck mainly wins by using a 4-mana creature from there you go, from Judgment. He's got Threshold, and I think the Threshold is like put 3 cards from the bottom from your graveyard to the bottom of your library in any order every turn.
And it gets +3/+3. Yes,
yeah.
It's a really really cool synergy. And it's just a good way to it's like a natural mill deck. Where you're not even using Jace's Erasure, which is kind of a fragile card. Which like you only have 4 of your win con in your deck.
Oh, it's 5 mana, not 4. No, Dragon's right, it's 5 mana.
Oh, 5 mana, right.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really, really cool interaction. I think that deck was really sweet. It was unfortunate. That was a really tight match. I think that last.
Well, it went to 3 games.
The last game was not close at all. But
the last game was really just Math Guy. His deck just came together, while Lovebo's deck just kind of showed its worth against what you would expect against a Tron deck like that, right? I mean, we saw that in the first season where Math Guy I think played Tron a little bit, and even Shane played Tron, and I know we all joke about when he beat Mikey Ruru, but I mean we saw that his deck just went beater for beater for beater for beater, and that was just a mono green Tron deck. I mean, imagine when you put a card draw and just good control cards and a combo win like that into a whole Tron package, right? Against a deck like Turbo Fog. Lovebo tried. He did, and he got 1 game.
Right.
But there was only so much.
The thing was, the game that he got wasn't really even a game that he got. It was just that Math Guy wasn't able to stabilize until too late. So we saw that Math Guy was able to stabilize with 1 card left in his library, but that wasn't enough time to swing in. There wasn't enough turns to swing in and kill. But there was a stabilization. So I would hate to say.
Lovebo's a solid player for sure to look scuff.
Sure.
Probably one of the best players right now. Definitely one of the best deck builders.
But I think it was really an interesting match, and I actually don't think it was as I don't think that the game that was won was it was a very interesting win because it was just I just ran out of time from Math Guy. It wasn't really I was beaten, but I think that's how that deck wins a lot of the time that Lovebo was playing was my opponent ran out of time.
You know what the thing is? Imagine if Elixir of Mortality was a common. I mean, that would fit perfectly into Lovebo's deck, and that would be the ultimate win condition against Tron.
Right, exactly. Just buy time, and by the time you're able to stabilize, even with that amazing horror package, you just have too few cards.
Right. So far we know that we have Dinrovatron and a cool little take on Turbo Fog. And then we saw Littlefield playing Affinity, but not with Fling, with Temur Battle Rage against... Unfortunately, it's probably literal worst matchup in the format mono green Tron.
Yeah, that matchup is miserable.
Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, Shane giggles every time he faces Affinity. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The thing about their list though is that they don't play Fangman Marauder main, and that's the game that we saw Littlefield win, but it wasn't a free win. Littlefield had to work for it. He had to wait. He had to cast all of his big creatures. He had to draw things in the right sequence of order. And we saw, Pauper MTG's great take on it with Changelings, and
I think it was really interesting. It's like a power out my 4/4s dot deck.
Yeah. It's like mono green 4/4s dot deck,
which is hard for a lot of people to deal with. That's hard. Like 4/4s are not easy.
No. It's not.
My favorite part is how they can chain. So you can just go 5 drop into 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 5 drop. It just
once you get Ulamog mana, you're just casting 8/8 every turn.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
fantastic.
Oh, go ahead, good.
Yeah,
and then
go ahead.
Damn it. Sorry, I'm sorry. Finish your thought.
And I think this is just a fantastic matchup. Just even with having that sideboard, they still had good game main. And I think that actually adds a lot to other matchups, having all those 4/4s. And I think it's a pretty cool take on Greentron.
The Moments Piece also, the Moments Piece packed in sideboard instead of having naturalized effects, I think is what really won them the game too. Because Moments Piece, particularly against Littlefield's build, because he has Fling. Now against Uluguru, I don't know. Do they face Uluguru in the first set? Let's see.
They do not.
No, they do not. So we're not going to be able to see that because Uluguru plays the Fling version, but again with 4 Fangman Marauders, I'm not sure that it would make much of a difference.
It does make a slight difference, but because they're sideboard, it does make a slight difference. I know the Fling version is a little bit better against the Greentron deck. Still a great, awful matchup. Got to fade those Marauders. I'm pretty sure Ulu is also packing more hate in the sideboard for the Greentron list.
Is he?
Yeah, than Littlefield was. I'm not exactly sure on that.
We will get the deck list posted for you guys. Sometime this week, they will all become public on the website, so don't you worry. If not tomorrow, if not Wednesday, before Saturday or Friday, they will become public.
But I'm really happy there's 2 affinity decks. I really like watching that deck.
I know
my favorite.
Even though they both got their asses kicked.
I mean, at least Ulu has the Perilous Research, which is my favorite card in the deck.
Yeah.
They aren't running any of the Wellspring, which is interesting. The Ichor Wellspring.
I think it's just good anyway. It's just a quick way to 2 mana draw 2 cards. And I mean, it combos with Chromatic Sphere too, Chromatic Star, and you can always just sack a useless Springleaf Drum later on in the game or a land.
Yeah, I haven't really played Pauper as much recently, and seeing the Ichor Wellspring drop out of the deck list is pretty interesting to me.
No one's happy about Affinity except you.
Yeah, no one is. I mean, that's how it is. But that was a sweet match with 420 Dragons deck. I think that deck is always awesome. And I liked it when it was really good, and it's less good now, but it's still sweet to see, and that's pretty awesome. Moving on to the fourth match.
We had Affinity again, a different take on Affinity. That we had Perilous Affinity instead of Battle Rage Affinity.
Right.
Which it's pretty cool because we saw. So far, we've seen 2 different Tron decks and 2 different Affinity decks. So the same archetype, but 2 different takes on it, which is really cool. It really shows how flexible Pauper can be. And then we saw 420 Dragon's Own creation. Esper Familiars. I mean, this deck is nuts. It wins with the Denrova Horror package. It has an infinite way to. Well, yeah. I mean, you had Peregrine Tree, and you had Cloud of Fairies and Sage's Road Denizens.
Yeah.
We don't like to remember those days, but and we just saw 420 Dragon just tear through it. I mean, Dan and Rob just all they could do was just laugh because it just wasn't even a match.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean that is the cool thing is 420 Dragon is really known for his deck building. He's a very good player. I'm very happy that we got him. And Uluguru, I'm a little surprised going to Affinity because I don't really recognize him as a big aggro player. I think Ulu's strength is really mid-range.
I mean, maybe that's why he wanted to surprise some people with some matchups.
Very possibly.
I don't think 420 would ever have put him on that deck, which was definitely something that might have thrown him. Didn't actually cause 420's demise, but I think that is always a good element. It's a surprise element. I mean,
if you really
you know, so and so showed up with this versus something else.
If you really want to talk surprise, you look at the next match. I mean, Mike Ururu is completely opposite from what he did last season. He's on red deck wins.
Right.
I mean, that's supposed to be Littlefield's deck, as where Mike Ururu is just, you know, I didn't put him on red. Did you put him on red deck wins?
I didn't. And I think it was really sweet that he just, you know, brought down the beatdowns. And we saw that.
Yeah.
It was Kung Fu Tree's blue-red. And I like that we have a representative of the blue-red Delver deck. I think that deck is fantastic.
Littlefield knew. Littlefield was prepared.
I think that deck is fantastic.
I think it's one of the better decks.
And I would love to see that we have one in the first section of this Community Pauper Challenge. It's nice to see brews, but it's also nice to see how those brews do against these top-tier decks. And I always like to see that mix of content.
Who does Lovebo play next week? Next week he plays Littlefield. So it's going to be interesting to see how, especially because Littlefield, again, he's not on Fling. He's on Teamer Battle Rage against the Turbo Fog deck.
Right.
So we're going to get to see Littlefield against Turbo Fog deck. It might be possible that as good of a friend as he is to me, he might start off here 0-2.
Kung Fu Trees would have won
and
that
that's
somehow.
going to be really surprising.
Yeah, we'll see. Kung Fu Tree is going to be back for next week. No more stand-in, which would be sick. To see
He's going to be up against. This is not the schedule is not set in stone, so we just have the matches. It looks like next week for sure the first match is going to be Lovebo against Littlefield. We have to do that for Lovebo. We're also going to have Mike Ururu against Pauper MTG, so that's going to be Red Deck Wins versus Mono Green Tron. We're going to have 420 Dragon versus Kung Fu Trees. I know he's going to love that match.
That's going to be great.
Yeah, and we have Genstikov versus Ulu Guru, and we have Shane versus Methane. Now, the reason why we can't reveal what Shane and Genstikov are on, because due to some complications, Shane was not able to be here this week. So what's going to happen is next week, we're going to start off with Emma Lovebo against Littlefield. We might start a little bit early if we can swing it. I'm not promising. And then the match after that will be Shane against Genstikov.
Yeah.
I can also tell you that the commentating will be just as varied as it was next week.
And if that's something you liked, definitely give us some feedback. I think it was really sweet to see different people in the booth.
For sure. I liked having... I think my favorite tonight, as funny as Pauper MTG was, I think Mike Ururu and Lovebo, they were probably the best. They were very methodical about it. They were very smart about it. They knew their stuff. They knew everything. I think they saw plays that some of us otherwise would not have seen so quickly. I think for sure. But yeah, that was my favorite commentary team. I look forward to working with Mike Ururu at some point on a match. And maybe hopefully, I mean, listen, if we want to get some commentators in here, listen, Deluxikov, I know you're not playing, but if you want to commentate, you let me know. I can work you in. Even Tao, I saw you were in here before. Tao, if you want to, Flaring Pain is cheating. If you want to commentate, I know I wasn't able to get you in this season. If you want to commentate, you let me know. I mean, Zane, if you want to commentate, for the love of God, you can do it. I don't know. That doesn't bother me. And by the way, I think you did a great job tonight.
Yeah.
I really did. I think you held down the fort. It was a little rocky, me trying to get everybody worked together, but it worked out in the end. So.
Yeah. So we definitely got some things to step up next week. But we did learn some things from this week, and it was pretty sweet. I think that's about it for this week. Do you have anything to say?
There is one thing. I know that I know this question is probably going through some people's minds. If you notice, we don't have a sponsor this season. It looks like people want you commentating, so we don't quite have a sponsor this season, so we're kind of just doing the prizes on our own. We're gonna have the prizes worked out at some point before I'd say Part B is over. It's just a matter of getting the numbers right and getting all the stuff correct. But we are taking care of our players, so I wouldn't worry. As far as things that I'd like to say, I would like to reiterate that this is a special season because this is a turning point. Do remember the bottom two that finish. We're looking at Shane and Jen. I think everybody, even though I don't want Shane to finish in the bottom, and Jen, you're going to be forced to commentate for the rest of your life. Unfortunately, can we donate for a bigger prize pool? You can do that if you want to. You can donate.
As long as you are not part of the tournament.
Yes, as long as you are not part of the tournament, you can donate all you want. You don't have to. We don't ask for it. I don't think the players would ask for it. We really just ask that you enjoy the stream. If you can, spread the word and everything else. But if you want to, you can. That would be very kind of you.
If you would like to donate towards the prize pool, you can hit up me personally.
Yes.
At zmagic94 streaming at gmail.com, or you can message me on Twitch at zmagic94.
I would ask for it.
So,
why is the screen blue? Well,
this is our background. We don't have any.
Yeah, we didn't really have time to work. Yes, because blue is the best color. There you go. Tao the Ninja's got it. Anyway, so the bottom 2 finish. That means they get to go down to a qualifier round. So the 8 that finish in the top 8 will be invited to come back if they want to. The bottom 2, however, will go down to the qualifier round. That means that there will be the 2 of them, 2 people that I invite, and then 4 people. Here's the kicker. Of anybody. It doesn't. I'm going to run qualifiers somehow, maybe through Gatherling.com, where you can have your chance to get into the qualifier tournament and compete in this tournament. You don't have to be a content creator. You don't have to be a top player. You don't have to be a streamer or anything like that. Anybody can win one of those qualifiers and get in. I can assure you that the 2 players that I invite will be very, very good, so you might have your money cut out for you, but either way. But yeah, it's only the first night, but I'm pretty sure the first night was already better than the first entire season. So
who would you like to host?
I don't know. You got anybody in mind?
There are some great streamers on right now. If you guys enjoy, depending on what you want to see, I have a bunch of different suggestions for you. If you'd like to watch cube drafts,
I was gonna say, how about we don't force them to watch what everybody else is doing?
I'm just gonna mention multiple things that you could watch.
I know.
Right here.
So you guys can vote.
One great streamer that's on right now is Zcanner MTG. He's a great friend of mine.
Zach's on.
Zach's on. He's playing some Modern. He actually just recently qualified for the Pro Tour, and that's really exciting. Yep.
How do you do that?
He's queued for the Fall Pro Tour. He finished 13-2 at GPL Las Vegas.
Oh, shnikes, I didn't know that.
So that's pretty sweet. And you can check him out at Zcanner MTG. I'm sure Jen is linking this in chat.
Andrew Beckstrom's on, but he's doing...
Boot to the Head is great as well.
Yep.
Another Rogues Gallery member. I'm part of the Rogues Gallery. It's a streaming group. Boot is streaming standard, I believe.
Oh, okay.
With some jank. He enjoys a lot of brews and jank. If you like to see that kind of stuff, he does a lot of viewer submitted decks. He's always.
I vote to give it to Zach.
And if you want to watch Cube, my suggestion is actually Lord Tupperware. Good old LT is a good friend of mine.
Oh, Tupperware is a good guy.
And he got picked up by GoBots, which is really exciting. And
did he really?
He is now he's doing an 18-hour stream right now. Which is really, really sweet. He's like, I think he has like 2 hours left or 1 hour left. Like he's in the delirium stage of his stream. So you guys can definitely check all those people out. We're gonna host.
I vote to send them to Zach.
All right, we're gonna send them to Zach though. Zach is almost done for the night, but he still has some time. But I
want the raid message to be congratulations and good luck in the Pro Tour. That's because I know he was looking for it.
Yeah, definitely.
So. We're gonna host what is it? Zcanner MTG, right? That's what it is.
Correct. So you're gonna hop over there, and it was great seeing you guys, and we'll see you next week at 8 p.m. EDT on this channel, twitch.tv/community Pauper Challenge. Thanks very much, yes. And we'll see you next week.
See if I screw up this host.
There you go.
Yes, I did it. Because usually I screw that up.